GoonQuest is a Dungeons & Dragons role-playing podcast containing both crude and sensitive humor, with occasional references to things like drugs. Content warnings can be found in the description.
GoonQuest.
Welcome once again to Goons to GoonQuest. My name is Jimmy. I am your vocally challenged dungeon master. A fun fact about me is I have completed the gallon milk challenge, but that's not important. Let's move on to our players. Today, we're starting with Chris/James. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
This is sacrilegious.
Hi, I'm James. I am playing Voralden Derrickson, the level 4 ranger. And a fun fact about Voralden, as was discovered recently, because of his bad allergies, he can't smell anything, right? However, when he uses his primeval awareness ability, he just does crack, and it opens his nose up, and he can smell things for up to 6 miles in a forest.
For 1 minute.
Or coast.
For 1 minute.
Or the coast.
Or the coast.
For 1 minute.
I can smell.
And then his allergies come back.
Correct.
My name's Samuel, aka Lil Goon, and I play the dwarven heister, Boravik Smokestone. And a fun fact about Boravik is that he's actually had the shakes since leaving with the K because he has not been able to heist.
Oh my
And after the last episode, he is calm, cool as a cucumber now. Kind of settled his nerves.
They did a heist.
All right. My name is Alek. I'm playing Adras, the level 4 monk of the open hand, coming at you from Virginia. And fun fact about Adras, he doesn't think he could beat a giant, but he thinks he'd go like even with one. Like they both just kill each other. Because he can, canonically, punch harder than a giant.
Yes.
But it's also a giant, so
If
he's
Plato,
a little humble about that.
if Plato made you giant size, do you think he would have do you think that would give him the edge to win?
He'd slapbox the shit out of him, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it's just, the size difference and everything.
That's true.
Like,
Only thing
he
holding back.
can't do anything about a tree hitting him in the face. Yeah,
I mean,
Yet.
you gotta play the size card. You gotta go between their legs and shit. Like it's dark.
Yeah,
I meant that like
that's the only. Three giants just run
you
between
gotta
their
go
legs.
between their legs. 'Cause fuck them.
Anyways, hello everyone. I'm Jayden. I'm playing the 4th level paladin, Thricuratheari Letni. Maybe that name will change. Who knows? A fun fact about Thricuratheari Letni is that he's goon number 5. And also, I forgot my fun fact earlier. I had one. Oh, that's what it was. So, Thricuratheari, as you are all aware, has been doing a lot of research recently. And some of you might think this would cause him to learn. That maybe keeping everything on an oral tradition is not the way to go. It leads to misinformation and poor records. But despite this, Thricuratheari has a firm foundation in his beliefs and will continue only keeping an oral tradition.
Of course, yeah, no. He will continue that tradition, even though he learned that it was wrong before, but he's like, but I can do it better.
Exactly. Your question.
Journal? Question mark?
That's different.
It's a personal journal.
Yeah, this is a personal
Okay.
diary. This
He would
is
never share that with people because...
It's also not a record of our tradition.
Okay.
This isn't
Okay,
like
I was
this
just
isn't gonna
sitting
have
here
this.
like-
This isn't a book. That's the story. Like, this is a personal account
Okay.
of him. Right?
I was like,
Completely
wait,
different.
is this book a metaphor for you just keeping it orally?
No.
Just, dear diary, Thricuratheari, day 5. I saw a flower. I don't know, whatever Thicuri looks at.
All right, let's move on.
Hello, my name is Joey from Texas. I'm playing the level 4 wizard Plato. Plato.
Keep going.
Plato's New Year resolution is to stop doing drugs. He's noticed the negative impacts of being short by the side effects of doing BDE.
And being a tiefling?
Yes.
Or a blue tiefling?
Well, he actually
against
thinks
his will?
He actually thinks, fun fact, Plato actually thinks it's kind of cool to be like a tiefling. He's kind of accepted it at this point. He thinks it's pretty badass. And just public service announcement: if you're gay, it is okay. There's no need,
Wait,
no
what?
need to worry. It's okay to be gay.
Guys,
I think that's valid.
I have a quick question
yeah.
for the DM.
Yeah.
So they just struggled really hard on their intro,
Yes.
but they got through their session so quickly.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how that happened, actually.
Because we're gamers.
I'd like to.
Like,
to-
this
to
doesn't
pull
make
out
any sense.
A goon service announcement. This affects all goon kind. Because I learned recently that goon is Urban Dictionary slang for masturbation.
That's
That's kind
honestly
of funny.
Fits par.
Yeah.
And, because
So we're a bunch of wankers?
Hey, we're not British. Don't you dare say that.
what are we? A bunch of goons?
What are some kind of goon quest?
Gooning.
Let's
Anyways,
get into session.
yeah, fuck.
Yeah, let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. All right. So this episode will be a little different. It's going to we're going to first do a resolution of kind of the things that transpired, but also there was a strong plea from the group that only took 2 sessions that they get one last go to plead to the Dwarven Council of Malbaldrum as to whether they can see if they can get the army for themselves, or get the army without the word of Davis Rockcrusher, and do their best to get this. However, there has been some positive changes in favor for them so far. Number 1, after the events that transpired in the Lunar Forge, once you guys had left, you did notice that Cordelia was a lot less leapy because she finished her coffee.
Yay.
However,
Wait, yeah, I just my brain just computed what leapy meant. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
this is just leapy.
So leapy.
So leapy. She was a lot less leapy, and actually having learned her lesson that you can steal membership cards from the order for the Night Vizier, she then used the stolen membership card she had to then become a member of the Inner Sanctum or the Lunar Sanctum, where she is now not running the show there, but she is calling a lot of the shots for her father being absent.
Good for her.
And she was able to organize at least a plea for you guys to go speak to the 3 Dwarven lords and try to make your best attempt at a convincing argument for them as to why they might leave one of their armies for you guys to go assist.
And we've all prepared a very convincing argument, haven't we?
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
All right. Perfect. And you guys, it didn't take place right away. You guys had probably about a week and a half of time to actually spend in the Dwarven city on your own. Whatever you got up to is up to you. You could have spent it all at Dave & Buster's.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
Beautiful. I wish I was at a Dave & Buster's.
So what sort of we'll resolve that after the fact. We'll do this. We'll get you guys through this case first and see how that goes, and then you guys can tell me what you did in that time period. Okay.
Is finding the people that fucking vanished in front of us an option?
Yeah, is that...
Can we say we found them and fixed everything in the week and a half?
Yeah, can we have another, 4 sessions where I would do that, you know?
You could, I will say if you want to spend the time looking for them, you can.
Would it be a waste of time?
Probably.
Okay, cool.
It wouldn't necessarily, to you would not know it would be a waste of time. I will tell you, regardless of what you do here, the search will be fruitless.
Okay, cool. Tight.
So, Cordelia, along with the 3 of you, by 3 of you, obviously Plato, Adras, and Boravik, are able to manage this meeting with the 3 leaders of the 3 clans that lead Malbaldrum currently. It's kind of an election-based period where there's a bunch of different clans, but only 3 of them lead the city at the time. And so you guys will be dealing with the mining clan, the masons, and the record keeping. You guys are shepherded into a large stone complex. It's basically like a courthouse, where these people have no idea who you are. They know virtually nothing about you, and a lot of people are pretty sure that a lot of people in the town are at least pretty sure convinced that Boravik is a member of Onyx Thorn. just through word of mouth at this point.
And the fact that I keep telling them.
Yeah, he does keep telling
Why?
people.
Why would you do that?
So the three of you stand on separate stone pillars above a pit. You see the dwarf sitting in the middle, which is notably, due to the propaganda you would have seen around the town, is one of the dwarves from the mining division or the mining clan. It's Kragan Bristlebane, and he is up for re-election this year. So you've seen his poster just like all around town, just ones that say like hope, ones that say we can dig deeper, stuff like that. Very, very dwarven propaganda for the mining clan, and a lot of people support this guy. Doesn't leave office often. Only on terms very much like when he's not in office, he serves as like a prime minister, but then he just goes back to being one of the clan leaders before. So he really doesn't leave office, and no one complains. But Kragan Bristlebane sits in the middle with Elgrith Mudrock and Holdir Cragrunner for respectively the Masons and the Record Keeping, sitting up there. As you guys enter, go ahead and tell me as you guys walk up what all you're doing. Tell me how you walk up, tell me what you do when you walk up, and then how you open.
All right. Borvik, do you want to take the lead here?
This is your people.
We flash back to 10 minutes before we walked in here when we're all huddled in a circle like, all right, boys.
Sorry, what are we doing?
This is it, the last chance. Will anyone have a more convincing argument? Then please help us. We're going to die if you don't help us. We have in our back pocket that we did technically get rid of Kaladir, one of the heads of Onyx Thorn.
We did.
He is gone.
We also got rid of the Conclave, or the Collapsed, who were also going to mess with the church. We got rid of them.
So we have those in the back pocket. Not necessarily true, but not a lie either.
We leave out, maybe don't put as much focus on the fact that we also, through that same train of thought, got rid of Davis Rockcrusher and other members of the church. But, you know,
Great
that's
point. Great
that's
point.
fine.
Jayden and Chris are just like very confused right now.
I love their like face, Jane specifically's face of confusion this entire time.
It's like,
How did we get here?
we killed some conclave guys. Me staring at our conclave guy. What?
Oh, we didn't kill
Oh, we
him.
also got rid of the church people too.
Getting rid of is a very loose
Yeah,
term.
exactly.
to use here.
Cutting back to Team Bird's encounter. Hey, murder is wrong.
You're right. I'm just
We would be.
talking to a demon.
Did you call yourself Team Birds?
Yeah. Talking to a demon. Murder is bad.
Meanwhile,
Team what are you guys called?
Team
The rock
Team
fuckers.
Eclipse.
Team Eclipse. Meanwhile, Team Eclipse. All right, guys. Now we just killed these 10 people. Let's kill another 10 more.
We didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, we took care of them, all right?
We actually did not kill anyone this
We
time.
did not
We
kill
can
anyone.
say that.
0 kills.
We apparently should have killed a lot of people.
Apparently.
They actively avoided combat, which was pretty impressive.
But it was apparently the wrong decision for once.
You would have been so proud of us. We talked our way out of so much shit.
I think I maybe would have.
I can imagine Jimmy's like, oh, we'll set up this combat. They're totally going to kill everybody. And then we just don't.
I feel like they channeled some Sylvan in that.
They really did.
Yeah.
All right. So anyone have an argument?
If they just let the Crimson run free, then they're going to, trample over any of their trading partners, potential allies, and eventually, as they gain strength, come crashing back down on Malbaldrim anyways.
Very good. I like that. Plato, what do you got?
Oh, wait, is this the last thing we're doing, or do we have
Last
a week
thing we're
after
doing.
this?
We'll cover what you guys did in the time period.
Okay. This is the last thing
like
we're
the
doing?
last thing.
Okay.
The last ditch effort.
Well, man, I think we should just tell them about the weave and how powerful it is and how...
There's fucking no weave in my world.
You mean
That's a Forgotten Realms.
You mean the World Tree or whatever?
Yeah, the world...
Right?
Altair, yeah.
Altair. I don't think dwarves like magic.
They like divine magic.
Yeah,
A
I don't
lot.
think dwarves are gonna like the Altair argument. No offense.
Well, maybe if they open their mind a little bit, maybe they could...
Maybe
Take in the
maybe
wisdom.
now's not the time for mind opening.
I just want to spread
If
the
your
fruit of the
argument
tree.
relies on the open-mindedness of dwarves, I think we're fucked.
That's a fair point.
All right, man, whatever.
Okay. We've got at least one good argument and one half-assed lying argument.
Yes,
and one terrible argument. So we have 3 arguments.
All right. So we walk up there, confident,
Now we're
respectful,
talking.
you know.
Like,
All the dwarven signs of respect that you've taught us, of course.
Yeah. Just like looking like as big but not tall.
Yes, exactly.
That's the trick.
I've lost a foot in height just for this moment.
Looking tall, you're an asshole, but if you just look wide, then you're cool.
We're like,
Adras crouched down in a wide stance.
yeah,
I think like
The
just
form of
lying
the
back
crab.
on the
like
line,
intentionally
getting
not straightening his back out, but like puffing his chest and like shoulders back.
Crab stance.
Yeah,
Crab
it's crab-
form.
Crab sets, of course.
Immediately,
That's the fighting
Borvik,
style.
you have a flashback to when you were young and remembered that you thought you could control crabs, and you're like, "Can I control Adras?"
I immediately feel a little closer connection to Adras.
Aw.
As you guys walk in, Kragan, Bristlebane just is like, "All right, at least one of my kind's come to see us. All right, step on up. What are your names?"
My name is Adras from the Order of the Holy Form.
And Boravik Smokestone from Ithquant.
And I'm Plato Zaltan.
From nowhere, as it appears.
I'm from nowhere and everywhere, man.
Aren't you from into the place here that I can't remember off the top of my head?
That's when Yes, that's where my body was formed, but my soul has existed for many years.
His town is so small, it's not even on the map. That seems a bit excessive, but all right. All right, you said you're here to request the service of Malbaldrum's armies, from what I was passed on from, looks like Cardelia?
Yes, there's.
Okay. Got it.
Yes. There is an army of the Crimson Cult, aka the Doomwing, that is heading up this direction. And we humbly request your aid in dealing with them.
All right, then. Well, the Crimson never really given us much trouble, as they seem to stay mostly above the ground, and this seems more like a sovereignty problem, I'm guessing.
It's hopefully the sovereignty can also help.
If you know anything about them, they're just going to push it off to their hired mercenaries.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Adras tries to be honest in that, not really knowing what they're talking about, but he's like, yes, of course, I've dealt with the sovereignty before.
All right,
Lies.
roll a persuasion check at the moment.
That is an 18.
Okay, 18. He seems to, he's like, see, someone at least understands.
But
even though, and you see a person kind of runs up to where their seats are at and just kind of hands him a small piece of paper, and he looks at it and he's like, Boravik Smokestone?
Yes.
Boravik Smokestone. He looks you over a lot.
Forgot about the name dropping. We shouldn't have said our names.
Probably should have, actually. I think it would make us more suspicious if we didn't.
We've just got a message from some of the members of the Immortals who look to have been passing a message on. It's not for us, though. It's for you. Or at least this one is.
A message for me.
The other ones here are requesting our services from the Immortals. Go figure. The Immortals would request our service after I'm going to only hope or guess that the sovereignty decided to do nothing.
All right. Yeah.
Urgent. Oh, it's a message, of course, which means it's roughly only direct to the message. Urgent to Boravik Smokestone.
That's me. Mm-hmm.
Should be entering the city today. Boravik, your real father is Kaldir Thrain. He is trying to kill you, Thricuratheari.
What?
Right. We actually met him earlier in the week. But if it helps out any of you fellas, he's gone.
That is true.
He is removed, not here right now anymore. For sure.
So I think I might be getting this wrong. I don't want to be... No, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You're the fucking son of the leader of Onyx Thorn.
According to this person, who
seems to know you and be passing information directly to you.
Right.
And I don't know what Onyx Thorn's planning with this.
Well, they're not planning anything right now because their leader is gone.
From word of
And
mouth
to
of
be
the
fair,
son.
I didn't know I was his son until roughly 30 seconds ago.
That is also true. It's a complicated situation, which I believe he can explain.
I knew I was adopted by a different leader of Onyx Thorn. But then it turns out they weren't my real family, but also now apparently my real father, who I was stolen from, is the actual leader of Onyx Thorn. But they're both dead. No, they're both gone. One's dead for sure. The other's gone. Removed.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Well, there's a natural 20 and a 3.
Can any of us try to help him in some way, Plato?
You gotta give a fucking good argument to take away that 3.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Great start.
Listen,
So all things look abstract when you see the tree, but when you see the forest,
You're dealing with people who like rocks. You gotta stop.
okay, Plato, is there if I take this one from here? Right. I know, again, on the surface, this sounds incredibly sketch. Believe me, when I first found out that he was connected to some form of criminal organization, it was, as you could understand, suspicious. But I have traveled with this man for months now. We have both laid down our lives for each other. And despite whatever his birth or parental connections may be, he is a good man. And if anything, the fact that both of his parents, which may have been connected to Onyx Thorn, are in fact trying to kill him, suggests that they aren't exactly working together, say.
All right, I'll let you do a DC 12 persuasion check. If you could pass that, you can let his 20 ride.
That's 4!
Your 3 stands, Borvik.
All right, that figures.
Nice jail with you.
Okay. You see, Kragan looks at this as like, at this point, it's just fucking words from your mouth. Mean nothing.
That's kind of what it felt like as I was saying them, so that's fair.
The immortals want our help. Everyone seems to want our help. I just want to be reelected.
You know what's great for re-election?
Going to war?
Not letting a cult burn your city to the ground.
Not just your city, but the cities of your allies and potential trading partners.
Most of the country, really. Yeah.
That's fair.
She looks over at the record keeper, Holdir Cragrunner, who kind of interjects. Well, you all say are trade partners, but I mean, the Doomwing cult isn't necessarily one to not have a bunch of riches as well. I mean, thinking of opportunities here, the sovereignty hasn't done any good for us.
I'm sorry, I'm the one that sounds sketchy here. Are you serious?
You have to think of options. If this is a war that'll end the... How many people are we talking about?
Potentially a lot if nothing is done to stop them.
You have no numbers?
We have old
Plato,
numbers.
do you have any numbers?
like bajillions, dude.
We have old numbers, but they've been growing bolder and larger as time goes on.
And also, given that it is a cult of annihilation and destruction, I don't imagine they're the most open to trading and deals.
Even if they did have riches, it would be a trade partner that you could never trust and never turn your back on and never rely upon.
Yes, it's also a cult to a dragon, and dragons typically like to keep their hordes, shall I say.
He looks over, he's like, can we attest this? Do we know we have a dragonborn here that does that? Or a dragon? They all kind of nod in unison, like,
I'm
All
not
right.
Dragonborn, but I'm
Fair
not
enough
a
logic
big fan
there.
of his right now.
That's it. It's like, what? Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I stapled my name to the end of this message. Should have said Voralden. Could have gotten him in trouble.
True.
You
Yeah, but Voralden at the moment was stealing curtains.
That's true.
Look, I can't justify it.
What? Don't worry about it.
It was really, we had our own kinks that we had to work through, and then you just like threw in a couple more that I was very unprepared for.
Surprise! Your dad.
It's daddy.
You see they kind of convene a little bit and then figure out, how many men are you asking for?
Out of character.
Honestly, at this point, anything, if we could get 5 assholes to travel with us, I would be happy.
We never, out of character, we never talked about that, did we?
We just hoped we could get as many as
So we just
humanly
ask
possible.
like what they can spare.
Well, out of character, y'all know they have an army of 500.
Mm-hmm.
So 500.
So something to deal with that.
Yes. They do have an army of 500, so
At last we saw.
last we saw. I will be perfectly honest, I am not a numbers man. My friend Plato here is more adept with that, so
We would need more than like a couple people. Like you, hey man,
in
we got
conclusion-
500 to deal with. You do the math.
In conclusion, we went from asking for a minimum of 5 to more than 2.
God damn it.
Well, we can, in an effort to maintain peace, if the immortals are contributing, then we could probably do the same.
That's true. You don't want to be seen contributing less than the immortals, am I right?
They are affording 300 men, as it appears. So, as my math right, I'd say we'll give you 50 dwarves. Should be enough to cover one, about 6 man each.
Your generosity is overwhelming.
Yes.
Our cup runneth over.
My brethren.
I mean 50 dwarves?
50 dwarves is a force to be
Yes.
reckoned with, for sure.
It is worth at least 6 men each.
Yes, I take it that these are some of your finest fighters. Or
Yeah,
the
it's our goober squad.
Goober squad.
They'll fit right in.
Wonderful! You could say perhaps a goon squad
No, absolutely not.
going on a goon quest.
Absolutely not.
Of course.
These are clearly goobers, not goons.
I
Do not confuse them.
I tried the name drop there, I'm sorry.
We could ride the missive for goober squad. They don't get to see much action.
Understandable.
We got some cannon fodder.
Shut the fuck
Shut up. Shut up, Plato. I'm this close to chokeslamming you to think you were going to pit.
Hey man, violence is never the option.
Yeah, I'm sure you would know that, wouldn't you? Out of character.
We appreciate your time and your army, and if any more of your men wish to join us, we would gladly accept them. When could your goober squad be ready to join us?
They're ready for deployment as needed, but with the way things are turning down in the south, and as a dwarven term, they refer to south as down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As things are turning down in the south, it's looking like we could have a resurgence much more of the Giant Wars again. Giant Wars Part 2.
This time, it's bigger.
This time it's gianter.
Whoa.
So we're looking to have many of our folks convene, and we'll send the 50 goobers with you whenever you need.
Much appreciated.
They will have their lead commander as well, but you can all. We can each individually name all of them if we need, but I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I think that's
Can we
not
list them off
necessary.
real quick?
I made a random list for a reason.
I think we could list off
No, stop.
How
The
many do you
name
want
of the
listed off?
leader.
How many do you want listed off?
Write
the
them all
leader.
down. You write them all down.
Their
You write
leader.
all of them down.
I don't have a pencil.
Just their leader is fine.
All right, they're led by Durgan Stonebeard,
Durgan Stonebeard, wonderful.
but they all have really cool names. That's the one kicker to Goober Squad is they all have awesome names.
We can come across them as we meet them. But
Men after my own heart. All right. Well, we've got an army.
once again,
Cracking army, if I do say so myself.
thank you very much.
Be gone, or we'll throw you in the getter pit.
Don't
Understand.
want that.
I will be gone.
And I apologize for my lineage that I've just learned about. If that helps at all. So long.
They spit on you on your way out.
That's fair.
Beautiful.
Me too, Boravik. Me too.
All right, we'll resolve from there and now jump over to the one second, the reveal of the Goober Squad, as they all just like a stone door opens and they all like a lights behind. They all start walking out in a very slow-mo manner, but they're not walking. They're all riding mounted goats.
Oh.
So
What
that's
are
what
we?
you meant. All
That's
right.
the Whitehorn Plain goats.
What are we? Some kind of goober squad?
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, Chris, you could be whatever lieutenant of the Goober Squad.
Sorry.
Major Goober.
Aye?
We have to infiltrate Shadow Moses Island.
Aye? All right. Yeah, we will now go to a respective. You guys each probably had about a week and a half roughly left to resolve anything you would have liked to, and we're going to do this in a very quick manner just to save some time. So, you guys, I will go straight down the new line.
Yes.
And just tell me what you did in that time period. And we're not going to have any rolls for it. Just if you wanted to make some money, we will roll for it through some miscellaneous means. You could have done some side work. You could have done all things within the logical reason of me saying, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
But if it's too outrageous, I'll be like, no.
Okay, so first I was gonna have a conversation with not Ithquant about demons. But I'll do that later.
Yeah.
However, I was gonna have a real like family movie-esque, oh, I gotta work to get money for the tickets, and then I was gonna take Regina Sharp to go see the stage production of Squig Bat Hop Bud.
Absolutely.
It's Squig Bat Hop, but with a dog.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. You take Regina out on a date. I'd like to preface that there's like you had enough money for the tickets, and then when you get in, there's like the food booth, and then she just opens up her wallet and just pulls out
No,
so
it
much
was-
gold.
It was a moment of pride there. I needed the money to.
Yeah, she pulls out the money for the drinks and stuff, but you had just enough to get you the tickets to go.
Yes.
And then I presume you proceed to re-explain the rules to her the whole time.
I am very much really complaining about this interpretation because I don't think it's as good as the classic. Because like they used to have a guy in like face paint as the dog, but now they've got like druids and shit.
So they
And the
actually
druids
have-
look like rubbery and not real. Like CGI.
Yeah, like CGI. Go ahead and roll me a d20 performance.
19 plus my performance, which I think is 0. So 19.
So you played really well into one of her really toxic personality traits, which is really bashing on other people. So she had a really good time.
Hell yeah.
She didn't. We'll even say that you didn't even drop the word date. She did.
Oh shit.
All right, we'll move from there though. But that's all that happened. It was just you just had a good time.
Yeah.
All right, Borvik. What did you do during a week and a half of time? Free time?
Well, I'm going to say right after the leaders of the 3 armies we'd just gotten on our side vanished into thin air, I sat there for a good 4 to 5 hours just staring at the spot where they disappeared,
Okay.
trying to wrap my brain around how epically we just failed.
Okay, yeah.
And then I went to Dave & Buster's
The whole time.
and just drank.
Do you want to see if you can punch harder than a giant?
No.
He doesn't want to be disappointed if he doesn't. That's absolutely perfect. You have earned enough tickets to get yourself a little prize while you're
Nice.
at Dave & Buster's too.
Well, I'm going to say there was one day where I got drunk enough to be like, wait a second, I think I know where they went. And I stumbled around for like 6 hours,
Oh no.
just busting into random rooms. Like, they're in. Oh, nope, sorry. And then I went back to Dave & Buster's and kept drinking.
Yeah, you get yourself like a bunch of, instead of actually getting a bunch of like a nice big prize, you get yourself a bunch of like airheads. Adras, what did you do during this time period?
Adras is gonna do some reading. He's gonna try to find out more information about like if he can get Cordelia to get him into inner sanctum access. Try and read more about anything relating to do with like lightning magic, Sigma Chi Coleman, or like any of the weird stuff he found in his dream.
Okay, yeah. I'll let you go ahead and roll a history check with, I'll just let it be normal.
That was 9.
9?
I have any help from Cordelia at all?
Yeah, Cordelia could probably help you.
All right, cool.
Provided you explain what you're looking for, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I got a 9.
Okay, so a 9 still.
Yeah.
All right. Looking around through this area they have as their archive of information, which it looks like you get when you start to deal specifically with like a lot of like magic with lightning and stuff to do with like specific like because you know there was something that popped out of you when you
Yeah.
released it. You get some definite weird draws to stuff related that were some of your concerns before of like stuff to do with the Thanes.
Mm.
And it starts to really freak you out, but you can't get any conclusive information on if that's true or not, because if that was an artifact, you feel like it would be a lot stronger when it was in you, but you don't know.
It was just, it's like, walls up. He got to the part about like the Thanes is just like, okay, I can't deal with this.
Yeah, and yeah, you put up your mental walls.
It's like, I forgot I can't read Dwarven totally. I'm going to go to Dave and Buster's to see if they have any kombucha.
Yeah, oddly enough, they do. I don't know why. No, they don't. It's sad. You don't get kombucha.
I'm just gonna sit.
They have normal ale.
I'm just gonna sit by Borvik while he drinks and like proxy,
Did a
Mope.
proxy buzz.
just like proxy brood.
Proxy brood with them.
Varel's not here, so I
he-
gotta be the one who broods.
Every once in a while, he gets
True.
up very happy and runs to a room and then comes back sad.
It's okay. You'll get him next time.
All right. Letni, Thricuratheari.
Letni is going to he's going to go find work with the Immortals.
Okay.
Doing whatever jobs they need done throughout.
Yeah, no, they see you as, after passing that information off, you establish a pretty decent relationship with them. They kind of give you a task to, like, when you're just asking for work with them in a general sense, they're like, well, you're going to be traveling with us, so it's completely fine. Why don't you go ahead? We have some, basically, people that are recent sign-ons. Go ahead and walk them through the motions of training, like early sword work.
Sure.
So for about a week and a half, you're able to slowly work on training some newer individuals. And what we'll have you do is we'll have you roll probably a performance check, because you're looking to go through the motions of passing off this information while also teaching it in a way that is not just backbreaking and like your father did.
Yes.
Because they're like, all right, you really got to be patient with them. And you're like, what?
Roll a check to see if you don't
this
break
with
out
me.
the whip.
And basically the quality will determine the pay. He's pleading with his dice right now.
12.
A 12. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Wherever you learn you have a very short temper with people that are new to sword work.
Stupid.
But
Why do you have your sword down there? I'm hitting you up here.
But yeah, for your time's work, due to being also they know that you seem to be, or after having watched you, they know you're at least very well trained with a sword. So we'll say you've acquired, actually 19 gold.
I'll take it. In my time off, though, I want to be spending it with Stonehammer, commissioning, and also like working on the designs for a shield.
Okay, yeah, you give him some start spewing ideas off to him back and forth about
Hanging
ideas
out
for
with
the shield. Yeah. No, you definitely learn that he's having been so connected to your family line.
Establishing that.
Yeah, it looks like there had been something for a long time. You guys seem to talk very well about it because you're all very focused on this. Both your families are focused on this lineage of the past and stuff, and he seems to be very well in touch with his past as well. So you learn a little bit more about like his family and stuff like that.
Like, to add on to that, that's why I haven't had that conversation with him yet, is because it's like, oh, hey, we should talk. And he just passes out, and it's like, oh, hey, we should talk. I'm going to go see Stonehammer.
I got work to do, boy.
It's like, hey,
I
I just
ran
don't
into
ever get to get the demon part out.
Yeah, he never says demon until after the doors closed.
Um,
And then that's when like Regina walks in. It's like, hey, is everything okay?
Oh, yeah, just gotta...
Is he blowing you off?
No, not really.
What?
I mean... shit. No, it's just, just gotta find the time,
All right. Well, me and some of the others are going down to Spider Alley if you want to go.
That sounds like a trap.
It literally is.
All right, I'm in.
Spider Alley.
how much is the shield going to cost me?
Commission from his work with a discount, he would only charge you about 25 gold.
Okay.
But that's because it's going to basically look exactly like you like.
Cool.
And we'll jump from there to Plato.
Yeah, so Plato's found like a nice room at a tavern, and he's just been getting really high and reading through Bookie and having far out conversations with Bookie this whole time.
That's
I often
Yeah, of course.
okay.
just small bits.
Yeah, and he's just been kind of being a recluse this whole time.
Bookie's like the whole time. Bookie's like, I mean, Bookie is like confiding in the fact like he's like, I just felt like nothingness. Is that what we are truly?
I mean,
And he's also on BD,
I'm like dipping him into dipping his pages into it.
dipping his pages into.
Yeah.
it.
Like,
Are we really here?
I think we're here and nowhere, man.
Kill him.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
So after a week of doing
how am I alive?
Yeah, I mean, are you alive?
I thought I was, but
Wake up!
oh shit!
But yeah, he does this for a week, and he's just been, finding his way through the wave, and
Through the wave.
yeah, and he's kind of just been like microdosing, to where he's just been constantly like a little bit high just for a week straight.
Just, oh shit!
So he's and he's like, oh, I wonder what it's like to be like, normal again. Just it's like if you go on a diet and then you get off it and you get fat again, you're like, oh man, you get that that feeling of like, wow, I have real appreciation for my state of mind. And he gets off it and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm some fucking dirty ass hippie. What the hell? And he goes to Dave and Buster's and like fucks off.
We're all going to Dave and Buster's.
You all inevitably end up at Dave and Buster's.
All roads lead to David Buster's, run by Warlock Jim, of course.
That's a week of doing drugs. I think he has to at least make a check to hide it from Adras.
Oh, as far as like his mindset before he goes in, or
I don't
just how he
know.
looks.
Please.
It's a week.
I'll let you make an active deception check, and you can make an insight
To
check
be-
at disadvantage because you're also moping.
To be fair, he was notably different during the little going up and talking to the dwarves.
I'm just saying again. It's been a week.
No, I'll let you make a. He has disadvantage. It's not going to be obvious, even so.
I have disadvantage?
No, he does.
Oh. What is deception, right?
Charisma.
17.
That's an insight check?
Mhm.
Also a 17.
No.
Wait,
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Ty
So
goes
the-
insight or a vibe check?
huh?
Insight or vibe check?
Insight here.
Damn it.
It's okay. You still beat because you're competing against his.
Ah.
Or is he defending against?
No, that's not how it works.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna need an hour block for this, all right?
An hour vlog? No. It's not apparent. It's just you start to notice some signs as he gets there. You don't know if it's like he's been drinking a lot, but you've been watching Boravik drink a lot. It's like you guys went through this whole process and you failed. It looks like it doesn't look like he's coping with it as you generally think someone would cope with something. He looks a little off in the manner that like he looks tired all the time. Even now, like
He was
seems a
speaking
little out of it.
weird.
And from his time doing BDE before, he was very like on it and up and about, like very excited and stuff. He's not that type of feeling right now. It's like he's got the adverse effect of where he did the drugs, but he was in a bad mood, so it made him feel bad. So I don't know if you know these side effects of it, but
Right.
it is definitely something's off with him.
Veralden would. Veralden has drugs as a skill check.
True. Go ahead.
Plato,
Hey, what's
are
up?
you feeling all right?
Man, I've been feeling so amazing.
Plato, I'm asking that as a formality. I know you're not. All right. Listen, we haven't had the best success, but I just want you to know that if you need anything, you can talk to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, sometimes you gotta go left to go right, You gotta go up to go down.
You feel off, and I'm a little worried that you're going to continue feeling off when we're, in combat with this cult. So I just want you to, take care of yourself.
Yeah, man. I mean, combat is just a means for peace, man.
It's.
The weird thing is Letni like sides with Plato.
In this situation, he's right.
But would that
Have I seen him drinking at all, or?
I just walked in.
He just walked in.
Oh, okay.
So you haven't seen him drinking, but he could have been.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my eye on him just to make sure it's not just him, getting shit faced from Dave and Buster's.
Alex
Okay.
looks like a funny, like cartoon blue elephant right now too.
That's how Adras looks for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like monitor him like as we're like walking back from Albaldrum.
Absolutely. We'll let you make a vibe check every once in a while in this case on the way back. We'll have you make a general one. Actually, go ahead and do it now.
All right.
Make a general check for the vibe check on the way back. Maybe you notice some residual things of what you noticed in the past.
That's a 3 on the dice. 7.
7. Okay. Plato, go ahead and make me just a general stealth or deception check in this case for the travels back.
7, you say? Wait, what are my options? Whoa, what are my options? I have stealth or deception. Okay, what's my stealth?
Deception.
Well,
He
I
rolled
feel like
very
I
confidently
know.
before
I feel
he
like
rolled a
I know
3.
what that is.
not good, not that great.
Okay, lower than a 7?
Yeah, lower than
Okay.
a 7.
All right. Now, we will say probably, we'll have to say like the night before you guys get back, there's like a really close call for you going out and you think everyone's asleep.
Uh-huh.
You pull out one of your little, basically pull out one of your vials,
Yeah.
pour some out, and you walk to the edge of camp. Just like you say, you're going to go to the bathroom. Everyone's asleep, but you say it just to be careful. Address, Plato was paying no attention to it, but you were on watch currently. It's just the efficiency of your watches. You sit there with your eyes closed, and then you're just using you're trying to gauge your like external senses as a monk.
Yeah, it's like I'm like manifesting eyes on the back of my head to enhance my perception.
Yeah, it doesn't. it probably works a little bit, but like not as great as you think it
It
does.
works because I have key.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yes. And so you notice he gets up and leaves without really saying much, and you do a little bit of a tailing.
All right.
Just to be like, oh, he's been acting a little odd, sort of thing. You see him walk to the edge. Bookie's like, already, sir? It's been a little bit.
Yeah, well, now's the time. It's probably the best chance I've got, if any.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d20.
All right. A 3.
So you bend over. You
What?
pull the BDE out.
You assume
Okay.
the position.
Yeah, you get the needle out because now it has a needle.
Yeah.
And you inject. Because now it's just like meth. And bad stuff happens.
Oh.
Oh no.
And it's actually, this does matter. Alec, odds or evens?
Odds.
As you walk up, you then realize you are no longer on the ground. You are slowly floating. Adras. You get the rush, the feeling of the high,
Mhm.
Plato, as you feel better. The edge is off.
Oh, sweet.
Didn't this happen to one of the gnolls when we were in that combat pit back in Withike?
Yes, it did. You have gained the ability to fly for a limited time.
Where is Plato?
Oh, he's just like right in front of you. He's kind of like going through a bit for a moment. Like he ejects it, he falls to the ground. You see he's like scurries the little thing
I'm
away.
going to grab him.
Yeah, you just Super Saiyan fly at him
Yeah.
to the ground. Plato, you're just laying there on the ground for a second. He just grabs you from the back, pulls you up.
What do you think you're doing, Plato?
Magic.
Plato?
What's up, man?
What do you have on you? What's in your arm?
What do you mean?
There's a needle sticking out.
Plato?
Yeah.
Rip the...
Where did you get that?
Hey, what are you trying to say, man?
I am saying that you are doing BDE. You had no BDE earlier. Now you have some. Where did you get
What
it?
the fuck you I've never done BDE since I dropped it, okay? What the fuck is your problem?
You're doing BDE right now.
I'm not. What are you talking? Dude, you're being such
There
an
is a-
asshole to me. What the fuck? You don't trust me? Come on, man.
Imagining a blue tiefling saying all of this is really fucking funny.
Dude, what do
You
mean?
have the audacity.
Oh, wait, one more second. I have to roll a D100. For the
yeah.
individual effects.
I just blow up in the middle of your...
What happens? What happens?
You're really harassing me, and then what happened? Dear God.
He turns into a red tiefling.
I
Jimmy?
don't even.
Oh God.
He becomes a potted plant.
I do.
Before your eyes, he morphs into a potted plant.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does Bookie go with him?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna just pick Bookie up and be like, has he been doing BDE?
I'm not supposed to tell you.
I know the answer. I want to hear it from you.
Yes.
Where did he get that?
He got it.
Oh no! Oh no!
Bookie, you are going to tell me right now. You understand?
Okay. He got it back from. He got it from a drug dealer
Where?
back in Imrith.
Did he buy it?
Yes.
Can I make an
That's
inside
lying.
check?
He's gonna make a deception check.
Like,
Bookie
that
would
is-
not give away your. Oh, you got a 17 on the dice.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go, Bookie.
He is very panicked.
Let's go,
His
Boogie.
response sounds very genuine. He bought it. There was a guy in Imrith selling it.
Emrith. Gonna pick up the potted plant. I'm going to.
The guy also was trying to sell him other stuff,
What other stuff?
other poisons and stuff.
Did he buy some poisons?
I think so. He used them all.
You remember when you were nothing, Bookie?
Yes.
Do you want to go back?
I mean, I already kind of burned up one time.
Do you want
What's
to
the
do
point
it
anymore?
again? I'm gonna like hold him, like it's like where I'm like opening him, and just like a little bit of tension down the spine.
Come on, don't break his back, man.
Bookie,
Uh-huh.
what else did he buy from him?
Okay. And he just starts recounting the names of the poison and stuff. Well, assassin's blood.
And
that's-
also BD.
Yeah, no, the guy was selling BDE as well, yes.
Does he
He
list?
said it was the last of it that they had. But honestly, it looked like Plato couldn't help himself because he like relapsed in that moment.
I'm looking at
He's-
the potted plant.
Listen, during this whole time, he went through a really bad phase in Malbaldrum. He was in the room for a week. We were
A
just
week.
high for a week, and he is really not feeling great.
So he's aware that just the act of doing this could not only kill him, but also everyone else.
He can't stop. It makes him feel good.
I'm gonna. He's a potted plant!
I'm just photosynthesizing, motherfucker.
Can I like tie him? Can I get some rope and like tie the potted plant up? And all of his equipment went with him too.
tie my leaves
Oh,
behind my
it turned
back?
into
This is the most relaxed
Which is why I had
Plato's
to-
been
All I'm
in a
saying
week.
is he is like fist throw size. You could just throw Plato.
Don't throw me,
I don't
man.
want to kill him yet. That would kill him. I didn't find out he killed the drug dealer, so he's still alive. But
Maybe
You
it
could
would.
lead him into like wherever you need him.
Again, maybe it would kill him.
He's been really stressed out.
Just
Yeah.
say you could just drop him. He can't cast magic right now.
I'm
He
just.
can't save
He just had a
himself
lot
with
going
feather
on,
falling.
and then he killed me, and he felt really bad about it, so he did drugs about it.
Am I conscious at all, or am I just planting?
Oh, you're fully caught. You hear this
Okay.
whole conversation.
Okay.
You're well aware of what's going on.
I'm going,
But Adras does not know that, though, that
Okay.
you're fully conscious of this.
You do that sunflower.
I
thing
thought
where
I
they turn their
trusted
head
him.
face.
There's the sun.
I understand.
The best part is this is 24 hours.
that he's been through a lot.
Oh my god.
I understand that he's been through a lot, but
Hey, man, water me.
so have the rest of us. And maybe I could understand if it was something more mundane, perhaps. But this is not your average. Adras doesn't know drugs.
He has said on multiple occasions, if he does it all, then no one else can do it.
Truly.
I'm going to keep eyes on him.
Iconic.
The second he snaps out of this, I am going to grab all of his stuff. I'm going to find the BD, and I am going to throw it in the river. Or whatever. I'm just. This is not only dangerous to himself, it is dangerous to everyone he travels with.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
It's made from pulped dwarfins! All right?
I mean, clarification, and he talked about it. It's made from people that have the ability, have connections to chaotic bloodlines.
Well, same difference.
Actually, kind of.
Dwarfins, it's pulped people.
Are you just gonna lot them all into one category?
We're a category. I'm just.
The micronutrients are actually pretty good.
You're a plant! No.
Oh no, not again.
Borvik walking in like, hey, what's going on, fellas?
We got a plant.
Well, Plato's been doing BDE again, and now he's a plant.
That's Plato?
Yes. He bought it from a drug dealer in Emrith. And he's been doing it since then, I'm assuming.
Borvik's gonna walk over
He
and
is.
support.
No, yeah, I'm just like hovering right now.
Just in the air, flying, holding a plant.
Yeah, just holding Bookie.
A Bookie in a plant.
Borvik walks over and empties the rest of his water skin into the potted plant.
Don't give me water. It's just,
There you go, little buddy.
you understand why I am uneased by this.
Yes. Borvik's like 80% sure he understands what uneased means.
Mad.
Oh, right. Yeah. The drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, with the drugs that could potentially, strike him with lightning or cause him to explode or, kill one of us,
Hey, this is after we got our 50 goobers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, well, we're running down with 50 goobers to go take on an entire cult army, so, risks will be taken.
There's a difference between a calculated risk and gambling your life for a high. Not just your life, but the lives of...
Are you flying?
Sit back down.
Is that part of your lightning magic?
No, I got that out of me. It's a BDE effect that happened to him once.
That sounds dangerous. He should stop doing this.
Exactly. So that's why when he wakes up from this, we're going to search him for the BDE and also poisons that he has. And, dispose of
Poison sounds kind of useful.
He did, in fact, use some poisons while you guys were in.
Okay, poison's 50-50. It's...
We'll make a game time decision on the poisons, but sure.
Okay, fine. That's fair. That's a bit more morally complicated that I'm not prepared to deal with right now. BDE
Morally
is more
complicated
black
is where I live my entire life.
Exactly. So, wait, what? Anyways.
How do we make him not a plant anymore?
I think it just takes time. Bookie, how long do you think it's going to take?
Roll a Arcana. Oh, 15. Sometimes it could probably last. This isn't the first time this has happened, oddly enough. 24 hours is usually a day.
Does he turn back into Plato, or does he turn back into the demon Plato?
He'll
Tiefling
turn
Plato.
back into the Tiefling Plato.
Tiefling... Fourth Plato.
Short tiefling Plato. My favorite Plato.
Plato actually shrink
Yes, he shrunk a foot.
I shrunk a foot from BDE.
from a different instance.
Yes.
Or-
So that was...
He needs
a lot of
to
BD.
remove curse cast on him twice.
I wish he felt like he could have talked to me about this, though.
Say it to the plant. Yeah. Then you leave him there.
I feel we need to trust each other, and apparently I might have not done a good job of being trusting.
Damn.
I am going to just keep him with me.
I mean, it doesn't help that Bookie's like, it doesn't really help that, like, the whole book, like, my contents do say that, like, as a wizard, you can't ever trust everyone.
Is
So you make a lot of enemies.
You should at least trust the people you're traveling with and, count on to lay your life down for each other. That's part of the argument I made back in Malbaldrin with Borvik and everything, It's... Anyways, I don't know. I'm going to sleep.
You guys take him back to your camp.
Yeah, I'm, like, having him, like, eyesight at all times.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. You guys' armies will reconvene. And
While he's a plant?
while he's a plant. That's true. Yes.
I didn't quite understand the purpose. As we leave, I'm just dropping a book off at the library.
Yes,
I have
you're
a
going to
little
drop
letter
off.
on it.
Are you dropping your book off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. If this is a narrative story arc, we're almost done with story arc. That was kind of narrative story arc 1. Everything afterwards is story arc 2.
Dose?
Yes.
We're in act.
We're in act 2. I don't know how many acts there are, but there's a lot.
As long as it's making money.
It's making negative, so that's going to keep going forever.
Sorry. Act 2. Subscribe to the Good Treon.
Yes. All right. So in closing of our Act 1, this will have to be as you guys your armies kind of convene together is kind of my premise of this. Many across the land of Enthria settle in for an evening of peace and quiet within humble domiciles, unaware to the ever-changing landscapes, untrodden much are the roads of this land. On a serene grassy knoll, a short hush blankets the landscape, holding still the winds of change. Blades of emerald grass slowly raise to height like hair on the arm of a frightened child. The air dry, centered in the mass of a crackle of white and blue, erupting briefly as a spark manifests out of thin air as a bolt of lightning energy. The area is silent only for a moment before the sound of thunder erupts of the origin. The ground splits in a crack of white and blue light, the root of magic exposed as a crescented blade hand slices through the system, and a second hand wrought with decay, but surging with lightning energy, grasps out of the ground, grabbing onto the land. As its hands finds solid ground, it pulls its shambled corpse from this gateway, a decrepit figure over 7 feet high, its chest gashed open from what should have been a mortal wound, glowing lightning energy oozing out of it, embedded in its sternum a black orb. The creature is beyond life. Its unhinged jaw slowly muffles out the first thing it can utter. MayPlato, as it begins to shamble southward.
We're gonna have to fight a Thane.
I think you fucked up by giving your power back to the tree.
I think that's the Thane.
You done goofed.
You done?
I can take him.
You done goofed.
I can take him.
Maybe if
You
you
done
could fly.
gooned.
So if I didn't get the description clear for him, it's just one of the hands is like almost like a crescent blade, and then the other one's just like rotten hand of decay.
Been there.
Yeah,
Done that.
as we all have.
Average Tuesday.
Average Tuesday for the each of us.
I can take him. Right?
All right.
Right,
You
Jimmy?
done
Are you
goofed.
asking me?
Yeah.
No.
You done goofed.
Eventually.
Someday.
Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Double Sunday.
Stinky, stinky, stinky.
All right.
But we could take him as a group.
With the power of friendship, courage, and love, and unspeakable violence. So,
And God.
and God.
The Doomwing.
Exactly.
The power of a group of friends gooning together.
After all of this research and
Circle
time,
Dune, if you will.
he came to the conclusion, fuck them all. I'm gonna worship the Doomwing and
You know what? My life was better when I was working with
Everything was just simpler back then.
I'm just gonna stick with
Madness.
it. Fuck what Tannis and everyone else says.
Ithquant regresses.
Relapse on the Doom Ring.
We get relapse on everything. Relapse on BDE. Relapse on the
I'll
Doom.
relapse back
Relapse
into
on
the
heisting.
conclave.
Relapse on having magic.
No. You don't get out of your problems that easily. You gotta fight that thing.
Yeah, alone.
The Lich Lord of Lightning has come for you.
All right. We join our parties in a small time jump, a little over the X time that passed as you guys travel to meet your parties, for your parties to meet within the fields of the Whitehorn Plains, within its rolling hills. For clarification, the respective cities of Malbaldrum and Orn are the two cities that have sent armies, but the Immortals are really the ones coming from Orn. We start from an immortal encampment. Letni, you have been given a tent and supplies enough to keep yourself comfortable, along with Voralden, but there is an exclusively banned sign for Boralden.
Who's Boralden?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You do notice that your tent is completely devoid of any form of curtains or something similar to the such. As a
Also,
precautionary thing.
I'm gonna get rid of the mustache because that looks so bad. Like I've gotten in. I don't need it anymore.
Did you just get rid of it or grow it all out again?
I'm getting rid of the mustache and going back to the slowly encompassing stubble
Okay.
from being lost.
All right. So The army raised by the Immortal organization drew from the surrounding towns, which held a presence of militiamen. Additional within the company are drafted soldiers of the Orn drafted armies, which is kind of it's slowly building. The Orn army is slowly building, and a lot of the trainees are set under the Immortal Guard just as a training method for them, just to kind of get a good framework. Which make up about a third of the 300 men and women total. So there are about 100 of these Orn army men trainees drafted from around the area. So you guys have this nice encampment, and eventually there's an announcement from within the town, or from within the little encampment area, that there is the Dwarven army is approaching. Some commentary about how small it is. It takes place amongst soldiers. Durgan Stonebeard, along with the 3 other goons, arrive into the encampment, along with the 49 other dwarves in the party. Names to be determined. As you guys walk up with Thrain Ironforge and Hilda Ironhammer, all of you guys ride into the encampments and start getting shown around as they start making preparations for additional people staying in the area. A lot of the goats are herded off into an area, including your goat, Boravik. You get lost immediately in a sea of 50 dwarves from the rest of the party as they travel as one herd.
A lot of things travel in herds.
Dwarves, cars, cows, you know.
However, you guys are given your tent and stuff, and eventually you kind of have this oh my gosh, it's the other half of the group moment as you're all kind of just walking about doing your business.
Is that Team Eclipse?
How did we? Fuck it, we're all with it. I think that is. It's been years.
Wait, where's Plato?
I'm gonna hold the pod plant up.
Pour a little water into
Yeah,
it.
it's. I'll explain later.
I think now's an appropriate time for the plant to turn back into Play-Doh when you're holding it up.
I'm going to grab him and put him on the ground and just search him. That instant.
They became awfully close.
I'm going to leave them to do that and be like, I got to get out ahead of this thing. So I walk up and be like, so, these are all the fellas you could find then? Not that many.
God damn, that's a good play.
Well, out of curiosity, by the time with Stonehammer, did he ever give me any dwarf to man ratios? Did it ever come up?
He probably referred to 8 dwarves to 8 men to 1 dwarf.
I mean, that's a good point. You brought about 400 men. We only have 200?
300.
We only have 300, so fair share.
Turn to the side.
He just fully believes him.
I trust Stonehammer with my life.
Give me just one moment. Sublime!
Nice.
Anyway.
Hey, we should call a team meeting.
Yes,
Right.
we should.
They have some
In
things
a
they need to
minute,
work out.
as I'm still trying to find the BDE
Yeah,
on
you
Plato.
pulled off. Let me reach over. You pull out Assassin's Blood, Serpent Venom, Midnight Tears, the Ix Stick. You put that back. I forget that you have a spell scroll for Long Strider.
It's a good spell.
Yeah, he has his wand, the cloak. Wait, where's the BDE?
Oh, I don't have
How many
cards for
BDE
it.
vials are left?
5, right?
5. They're all in mystery bags, though.
I'm searching through every single one.
Oh,
to,
there's one
find
mystery
them.
bag left, isn't there? One that was left unopened.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll a D100, Alec.
All right.
Before I get, we'll say it's the first one.
While
you
he's
open.
searching, real quick. Boravik, I want to introduce you to my mentor.
All right.
What's the name, Jimmy? Said I had a paladin I could speak to along the travel.
I was imagining when you guys got here, but
Also, I rolled a 20.
Nat 20
Yeah.
on a D100.
Also, while we're at it, let's talk about how we send messages to each other and the timing thereof. Perhaps we should find a more private way.
Also, wait, what happened to the...
you guys, yeah.
Anyways,
get through
clan
your-
meeting at that big tree over there.
Yeah, we should
get started
without those two.
Yep.
Turn on some random guy and be like, look, that monk's mugging that tiefling.
I'm on my way as I'm just dragging.
They run up and they're
Plato
like,
by the
"Hey, no
scruff.
fighting, no fighting."
Anyways.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
right
I'm
back.
just,
Hey, man, this guy's fighting me. What the hell?
No, it's just group search. We
Help,
gotta
help,
do
I'm
it just to
being
make
fought.
sure, everything's all sorted. It's protocol, for Team Eclipse. Pat my chest.
No, you can't have two separate team names though, guys.
No, these are the split
Sorry,
teams.
All right,
New
roll
team name.
D100. What was that?
20.
20. This is only gonna look worse.
Oh,
There's a
no.
glass jar containing a weird bit of flesh floating in a pickling fluid.
I'm also going to pull that out with a BD as well. It's just a what the... What?
Good luck, Joey. I'm not explaining that one.
You're going to have to explain that.
What the hell? Why'd you open my mystery bag?
Where's the BDE? Where's the BDE, Plato?
You open another mystery bag and the BDE's in there.
I'm taking all of the BDE with me.
How much BDE is there?
5 vials.
Okay. You pull out 5 vials of BDE.
I'm going to glare at him and be like,
That's not mine. That's not
we're
mine.
meeting with the group
I don't know what that is, man.
as
I
I'm
don't know what
dragging you over to the tree.
The smoke's about to take so much BDE. Look at that.
That's probably one of those dwarves that placed it on me, man. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what that is.
There are a lot of doors who
what
love
you
BDE.
did.
Sir, I might have said some stuff.
Bookie?
I've heard.
I know everything.
Plato just pretends like he didn't hear anything while he was playing.
What are you talking about, dude?
We'll discuss this with the group. Also, I'm getting rid of this, by the way. Pointing to the BD. I don't know what the flesh thing's about.
How are you getting rid of the BDE?
Great question.
Eating it.
hey, man. Hold on. Whoa. Let's not do anything crazy.
Okay, it's in a bag, right?
5 vials.
5 vials. in a
5
bag.
of you.
Absolutely not.
Let's go.
We're not getting a written vial.
Veins in the middle.
I did say I was going to throw it into the river, but then someone else was just going to grab it and pick it up.
Burn it.
That feels like it's going to explode, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Bookie, would it explode if I burn it?
Oh, yeah, no, it's actually really hard to get rid of BDE. Plato did try with one of the vials.
How would he try to get rid of it?
No, he tried to burn it, and then the smoke caused a trigger on him, too.
Okay.
I think he was successfully getting rid of
He
it by
did
taking
say
it.
at one point, if we do all the BDE, then there's no BDE.
That's not...
It seems like the only way.
I'm going to try and grapple the BDE from you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Hey, man. What are you doing? Shit.
That's, 16?
6?
Like,
I'm just
no,
gonna that toddler
Yeah,
thing.
just like put my
like,
hand...
I don't think you could
Yeah.
get him with a roll that low.
Alright, bag. I'm putting it in another bag.
Okay.
Do I have anything heavy? Does anyone have anything heavy that would, like, sink? That's not a person.
There's some rocks in the area.
I'm gonna
I've got the guilt of my conscience.
fill the bag with rocks so it sinks.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna fucking yeet it in the river.
Okay, I'm going to cast Levitate on it.
It slowly starts to fall.
Okay, I'm going to cast shit. Okay, I'm going to jump into the
Thanks for
river.
your spell
Can
save.
I, like,
Yeah.
Wait, would this poison the
try
water?
to break his concentration
Yes,
without
it would.
damaging him?
Wouldn't this poison the water?
Ah, God.
I'd like to grapple the bag with my
Yeah,
whip.
that's fair.
I'll allow it. That's cool
All
shit.
right. Voralden, your drugs, man. How do we get rid of this?
Can I make a drug check to determine the
first
best way
time-
to get rid of
For the
it?
first time ever, you can make a drug check.
Because I don't know too much about BDE, but
Knows his drugs.
I do. Look, Veralden was a rapscallion back in the day.
Do coke regularly.
Correct. Is his wisdom?
Yes.
So 10.
Okay. It has a decent counteracting method because you're really good at understanding drugs. I will tell you, you could logic that because it is of this chaotic nature, you could probably balance it out if you know of someone that has already this chaotic nature, being like an actual like chaos cleric, could probably dispose of this properly.
Adras,
Yes.
you have chaos magic. Just
I
put your chaos in this. It should like neutralize it. Like 2 negatives make a positive type deal.
I already did that, so I can't do it anymore.
Don't you just make more magic and like?
Long story short, I dumped all my magic into a tree root, magic root, and now it's
You were there
gone,
for that.
thankfully.
I was, but I didn't know that.
That's fair. It was. I didn't really tell anyone.
All right, I'm going to grapple from Voralden then.
That is
Can I,
much
like-
more doable.
Dare you roll 2?
Can I put Plato with a full
He
Nelson?
does look like a fucking junkie going after
I got a
this.
19 plus whatever.
I'm just gonna like.
I'm going to trade in Plato now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
At this point, he's got it out of hand.
So fire didn't destroy it? Is that what we learned?
Fire's just gonna.
Oh, that's funny.
5's just gonna cause like an
You
aerial
beat me. I got a
high.
19.
he's squiggly. He
What
like
if we
worms around.
put it
Can
60
I
feet
help
away and cast
restrain?
create
Yeah, you
bonfire
can
on it?
help.
All right.
Could not help.
He's worming around really fast.
What
Hey,
if
guys, get off me! What the hell?
Boravik suggested we put it in somewhere, and then we get 60 feet away and cast create bonfire?
You could probably do that. It'll cause there is a chance a magical effect could go out 60 feet, but that could be a useful.
That's
Alright,
a
we
risk I'm
find
willing to take.
an empty field.
Get
We cast
upwind.
create bonfire on it, and then the second that happens, we run away.
I love it.
Do we know anyone with like chaos magic though? Before we do this,
I do. I can take care of it. Let me see.
You're a sorcerer, right,
Right.
Borvik?
Should I ask my mentor?
Correct.
You could ask your mentor.
sure.
I don't know, maybe Paladin can like remove it.
Yeah, sorry, we're back to that now. Your mentor's
Shit.
name's your mentor that you acquired from the Immortals. His name is Sir Gideon Lightbringer.
All right, tell me about
Is your
Gideon Light.
mentor in the room with us now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's just standing there with you guys. No,
Um,
he follows the Golden Doctrine. He's a devotion paladin.
Didn't you know?
But what is this? Yeah. what race is he?
Did you just find some guy that you don't know to be your
He said
mentor?
no.
He is a human.
Okay.
What you kind of learned from him just on your travels thus far with him is that he worked basically in the wharf in town, basically cleaning it up. Mostly doing his service he did there was cleaning up the wharf, which is basically the docks of the town, just as a service for his church. The Golden Doctrine, which is all about like keeping stuff orderly, and that is essentially one of the services he performs for the land.
Anyways, do you know how to deal with chaotic drug?
How would you have what name would you have given to him? No, what name would you offer to him as was your name? So
I'll give him my full name, Thricuratheari Letni.
as he walks up, he's like, Thricuratheari. Drugs, you say?
Yes, we an associate of ours apparently has relapsed on them, and that BD is hard to get rid of.
I have a working theory that if we put more chaos into it, like the chaos in the chaos will neutral out.
Okay. Well, let me start
If
by
not
saying
our-
one, drugs are bad.
Says Plato
Okay,
in
It's
agreement.
not my drugs. I don't
Okay,
know.
hold on. Let's clarify. Some drugs are bad. Continue.
Have you ever heard of a zone of truth?
No. Please, enlighten me.
Well, I can enlighten all of us. Would everyone please be willing to give yourself forward for a moment?
Gladly.
Of course.
Well, hold on.
Stares at Plato.
What are we talking about? What is this?
A zone of truth.
It means we're going to tell the truth now.
Hmm.
My life is a zone of truth, man.
No,
I
it's
don't think
not.
magic-
Clearly, it isn't because you've lied to me.
I don't
You
know.
can-
That's wild.
Listen, you can try to resist the effects, but just know that we'll know.
And if you do try to resist, I'm going to just stare you down.
You actually won't know if he tries to resist or
I
not.
know, but just
out of character, Alec will stare you down.
Alec will stare you down. And Adras will assume that he's going to know because I don't know.
Why can't y'all just trust me? This isn't mine. I don't know where this came from.
Sir, I told them where you got it.
Don't listen to Bookie. Bookie's crazy. He doesn't know anything.
Does the zone of truth work on the book?
I don't actually really know.
Was the book?
We'll both get to
Look,
learn.
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful.
Hey, Bookie's new. He's not caught up yet. I just made him. He's.
I mean, or we could just put it.
We
in a
know
bag
where
and
you
light
got
it
it
on
from.
fire.
Well, could you enlighten me? Because I don't know where it came from. This is.
No,
this is news
you
to
can
me.
enlighten us in the zone of truth because you have nothing to hide, right?
I'm just gonna.
Yes,
He
go ahead.
puts his sword into the ground, and then you see he says a prayer, and then a slow golden zone sort of moves out from this in a wispy way, and it just passes through all of you in the area. Go ahead, if you would like to, make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
You have the option to if you would like.
Okay.
This, if you pass this, you do not have to tell the truth.
What, like the paladin will know if you pass.
This is true.
Yeah, he will.
Boravik, you're gonna do it too.
I mean,
What?
it's a might as well at this point.
We don't have to.
This is
You
a
don't
check
have
you can
to.
opt to do.
It's-
You can just willingly
yeah.
fail if you'd like.
6.
You do fail regardless. Plato, what'd you
Do
get?
I get
16.
advantage for
A 16.
You got an 18
An 18.
because it's a wisdom saving.
Okay, you've passed.
Do I get advantage for walls up?
Saving throws are different than
No,
this.
you do not get
Yeah.
advantage for walls up.
Okay.
Is it cast?
The spell finishes, and while you are not compelled to just start saying the truth, you guys do have to say the truth.
If you do say anything.
Plato, you do not have to say the truth.
Well, that's all I'm going to do.
All right, so let's test this out then, now that we've established it.
Every family member
Wait.
I've had has tried to kill me.
Oh, okay.
Did
okay.
Bookie make the save?
Bookie did not make the save.
Oh, what a good bookie.
No, because he does not have to.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't
He's
work
considered a
with Bookie.
magic. Yeah, it does not work on him.
All right.
So let's test this out. Go ahead and tell me something truthful.
I am standing in a field.
All right.
I'm also standing in a field.
My name is Adras.
I stole from a church.
Loud and correct buzzer.
When did you steal from a church?
No, you have to tell the truth.
What did you steal?
Huh?
Do I know about this?
Yeah, you were there.
You stole from a church?
He told me to.
Was it the cards?
Hmm?
Was it the membership cards?
No, it was the gold.
We're getting off topic.
I don't think I told him to do that.
Plato.
He truthfully believes you told him to do that.
I truthfully don't believe I did. It doesn't sound like something I would.
A truth, sir.
My name's Plato.
All right. All seems to function. All right, then. Feel free, guys. Ask whatever questions
All
you
right,
like from here
so
on.
Plato, you have that BDE on you.
Hey,
When did
before
you
we
get it?
continue this, can I walk to my tent for no specific reason?
Why?
He said
I'm
for
gonna
no
ask
specific
us, you
reason,
don't-
and he was telling the truth.
Wait, you have to tell the truth, though.
We
It's just
asked-
there's a specific reason.
He specifically asked if he could walk to it for no specific reason. He doesn't say that's why he was going to.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry. Hold on, I have to word this very specifically.
Voralden's actually a genius.
Can I walk to my tent and then walk back?
Yes.
I mean, I'd rather you not.
I mean, you technically
he can.
but
He can.
he can, but I'd
I think he's
rather
asking
you
for
not.
permission.
We don't have to give him permission to walk somewhere.
I
It
feel
would
like-
be really beneficial to us all if I go grab a thing from my tent.
What thing?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to go to my tent. I'm going to put the demon coin down under like a rock or something. And then I'm going to go, I'm just going to grab my, I don't know, something bullshitty.
It has to be beneficial.
I don't know what
It
that
will be.
means.
My conclave badge.
So what'd you grab?
A cup.
I grab my conclave badge. It makes me feel better sometimes.
I don't think how that benefits us.
Oh no.
It was his beneficial thing.
Okay, so sorry, I put a thing down in there. I didn't want it like eavesdropping on us.
Got it.
What?
Logic found.
Of course.
Confused.
I just Okay, so you remember the demon in the
what?
The sewers?
I think we one issue at a time. I feel like we need to address Plato first.
That's cool, but like this might happen anytime. So like,
Sure. Okay. Yes, we met a demon in the sewers.
Okay, so I saw him again. He tried talking to me, and I was like, he tried to make a deal. And
I feel like maybe I shouldn't be here for you.
It's
I
you're
know,
the
I trust
arbiter.
you.
You know, you're the
tried to make a deal. He was like, yes or no, blah blah blah. My exact words were, "Shoo, go away."
Very good. Very good.
But I know you hate demons. But he gave me this coin so we could like talk again because he wants us to do a thing or something.
Well, we don't deal with demons. because
Exactly.
That's wrong,
So I kept the coin so that when he comes back to like talk to us, we can like
Sure.
jump his ass.
I mean, that's smart thinking. I'm not exactly sure if that was the right thing to do, but you had good intentions behind it. Now then,
Also,
Plato.
we got a free Zalia from him because he's a demon.
Oh, that's what you want.
What?
The tiefling woman that y'all went with.
Yeah, she's over there.
She's like sitting on a log.
Oh, okay.
Waves
Hello.
from a distance.
Now, Plato,
Yes.
you were asked to tell us where you got the BDE.
Yes. Where did you get it from?
We got it from a merchant.
Yes. You could say merchant. I could say drug dealer.
I do think he was dealing drugs.
So he's a drug dealer.
Plato.
Oh, sorry.
So Plato, I want to hear from you.
One of Tanis's guys.
saying that Tanis knows that bought drugs from one of his people?
Probably not.
Okay. So you're saying you bought these drugs from one of his people?
No,
Then what are you saying?
I obtained them from him.
How did you obtain them?
I mean, who cares, man?
We
No,
do.
I care.
Why do you care so
How
much?
did
dude?
you obtain them?
Well,
Truthful answer. I don't want to tell you.
I took it. It was there, and I was like,
How did you
this.
take it? Did you forcefully take
From
it
his
from him?
cold, dead body?
Actually, it would have been warm.
Looks over to see if he's...
Bookie?
He's not telling the truth,
Bookie.
technically.
I want Bookie to confirm with this. There's it, Bookie.
Well, what...
Bookie stares at you.
Now, let me tell you something. This guy was a bad guy, all right? This guy was selling drugs. This guy was selling poisons.
And then you took the drugs for yourself and used them.
Yeah.
Also, the poisons that you took, which I'm more iffy on, but we can deal with that later.
Those were just useful. So far, all pluses.
I'm sorry, so you killed him.
An evil man.
What was evil about him?
He was spreading drugs and doing unlawful black market deals.
Didn't you do that?
Yeah, didn't you do an unlawful black market deal by
Didn't
doing that?
Adras also sell drugs?
That was a mistake, and I acknowledge that. And
Okay, no, that's not the point. And I don't know if Voralden also sold drugs.
Or not there.
Okay, you weren't there for that.
I've never sold drugs.
that's shocking, but good on you.
Congratulations. So then you are also an evil person. And as such, you should die, is what you're telling us.
No, I'm good. I'm more good than I am evil.
I broke into a man's home while he was eating dinner with his family and stole a map from right above his head.
Yeah, that doesn't mean we're gonna
Borvik,
kill
you know you don't
Borvik.
have to say things. Right, you can.
I think this is just therapy from him. At
I
this
think
point.
I always knew that my adopted family never really loved me.
Okay, so
Speaking of
playtime.
which, your other dad's still alive.
Yes, we know that.
Yes, I.
Oh, you met Boris.
No, technically we did, right?
Boris? My adopted dad.
Yeah, he's alive.
Maybe.
No, he is. We met.
Recent events. Wait,
Oh,
which
he's
Boris?
also missing.
He is also missing.
Yes. Wait, what? Wait.
That's not the point. So Plato,
I don't like
Here,
learning
actually,
things from.
This is a
Thricuratheari.
this is a learning moment. Sir Gideon Lightheart,
Of course.
Lightbringer.
Yes.
What should we do about our friend who has murdered someone?
Well, we have to gauge this. You murdered someone that was evil. So, as you perceive. Correct?
Yes.
You've stolen from the dead body.
Well, he wasn't needing it anymore. It's not like it was his anymore.
And then proceeded to use the drugs that are, by using them, a danger to both yourself and the people you travel with.
Do you like these drugs? I can tell. If you do. It's a simple question.
Plato.
I hate them. I hate them, but I need them.
Truth. Why do you need them?
Well, I'm hooked, man. It's just the deal. It's just the name of the game. It's just how it goes.
So, he's lost sense of his true scope of what he understands. Because he has been afflicted, if you would, by these drugs. So, I'll make this a test. Letni, how would you... Sorry, Thricuratheari. How would you deal with this if he does not want to do these drugs, but the drugs have had this effect on him, so leading him to make bad decisions? Poor decisions, even.
While y'all are going over this, I'm gonna kneel down and start working on a thing.
Okay.
Well, from what I've learned, right? Well, I know in the past, being the judge, jury, and executioner that I was, I would see that Plato did in fact kill a person charged of no crime, who even Plato's eyes of being evil, that would also make Plato himself evil.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that he committed the same crime that Plato worthy of executing. I think he would be worth executing. That said, because I know that we're in the realm of the sovereignty, I would probably hand him over to the authorities
All right.
Have him dealt with the proper way.
And in the case that I am the authority in this case, how do you think I would see my judgment on this as a paladin of devotion?
Well, you remind me of your tenets again. Seeing as how you took a tenet of compassion, you probably wouldn't execute him.
Absolutely.
And you'd probably seek to help him, but you would still hold him accountable for his actions.
I would.
Seeing as how you have an oath of honor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, duty. Okay, you can laugh at it, Adras.
So I wasn't laughing at Alec was.
Well, I don't know exactly how you would hold him accountable for his actions. I can at least be sure that you...
Well, let's start with the basics of how we'll hold him accountable for his actions. The BDE. We're going to get rid of it.
Yes.
Let's establish a new one. We will have mandatory checks on his bags by Adras himself. Now, only for BDE. What else he does with his own... While I do not condone the use of poison, it is not outright illegal in the outlands of the sovereignty.
Poison is iffy, but...
A lot of rules and laws haven't been put in place for it yet. I do not condone the use of poison, as I think it is not an honest way. But the law does not abide by that at the current moment. So, we cannot judge him for that. Now, the murdering of another individual. I would not say he is upholding exactly the same thing and performing the same action as that individual who is distributing this poison and this BDE, for he has used it simply himself.
He has distributed it in the past.
But if I heard correctly, did not Adras also distribute it?
Yes.
It was a complicated situation, but something that...
I was
Now
merely bringing it up because that was what justified Plato's.
And you had used this BDE as well?
I had used it once when we were offered it in an attempt to prevent Plato from going deeper down this addiction. I managed to resist the addictive effects, but might not have been the best judgment.
Did you feel that Plato might have resisted those addictive?
I do not believe he did. Given his, addictive tendencies.
Are you being mindful of that and knowing that if he is addicted to this, there has to be a way to help him?
I do wish to help him. I also acknowledge that I am angry, to say the least.
Your feelings are justified, of course, because it's something he hid from you.
It's something that he hid, and also something that is a danger to both his life and ours as well.
So then, with this in mind, what would you like to do?
Personally, destroy the BDE. Make sure he doesn't acquire
more BDE.
More BDE. Past that, I am not an expert in drug rehabilitation.
From what I've been told, at least from Thricuratheari's perspective, is sometimes they would beat the sense into them to get points across.
It worked very well in my family.
As much as I might be tempted to do that, he is still like family to me, I would consider.
Then it is...
Damn it. I was like, well, wouldn't you know? That's exactly what I had in mind. But may I suggest something?
Of course.
Given that he can't afford the beatings, he does not have strong bones like Twig.
I do not know Twig, but yes.
Wait, did you what?
Twig has very strong bones. Remember,
But you didn't beat her, did you?
No, someone else did. She talked about learning. And right.
Okay.
Again,
Right.
That's not the point. The point is, I have an idea. Perhaps Plato can make up for his murder by helping to do more good elsewhere. He could be conscripted into some form of work program.
Like fighting a cult army that's coming.
Oh, he's doing that anyway.
Yes, that's fair.
But after that...
Stuff can be two things.
Public service!
Exactly. For the betterment of Inthria.
All right. Not a bad suggestion. And it would be contributing back to the society in which he has caused damage to. Why don't we take it maybe another step as well, in another potential direction? Who was the person that you hurt?
What do you mean?
Person you killed.
Don't even know his name.
I don't know him. Some
Don't
fool.
remember the name of the man. Plato, I've never killed a man. But you can bet if I had, I would know his name.
It was Twig's dad who had just returned home from the war.
He had been waiting to surprise her.
With some BDE.
Well, if you don't know his name, then can't really send.
I'm sure Tanis at least said he worked for Tanis.
Yes, some of his guys.
Be good to let Tanis know about that as well.
So that when
Wait, did you say he's never killed a man?
I've never killed a man.
Really?
Really?
He's only
I know,
killed demons.
I know it might be hard to believe, but
Okay, I get it
no,
now.
but even unironically, I've never killed a man. Believe it or not, I try to be a good person.
This is really funny because all of you have killed a man.
Mainly in self-defense.
Like, to even better, I have hit a demon once and nothing else.
Tried to hit it.
I killed a zombie.
It's like re-killing a man.
That's fair.
No.
Well, in
Yeah,
light of that, we
zombie
can
family.
probably find a service in which he could contribute to after this effort, and hopefully fit within whatever schedule he has. But we also need to emphasize that his constant use and acquirement of BDE is bad. And he probably needs support in knowing that he doesn't have to turn to BDE.
Yes. Speaking of which, I should be just about done as I'm making
Oh my god.
you know, like nicotine patches, but with I'm using a vial of BDE to make BDE patches for whatever you get the crate like
Yeah.
the addiction thing.
That's
I don't know what
wonderful.
to
That is
for
actually
though.
beautiful. That is beautiful.
Goon Quest, a wonderful analogy on how to help people with drug addiction problems and rehabilitating criminals.
Yeah, you made it to episode 12, where you find the real purpose of our podcast.
Yeah. Today, we want to ask you to go out and help your fellow drug addicts.
Contact this number if you.
Yes, we have actually an organization, BDEA, BDE Addicts Anonymous.
Okay. You go ahead and string together with using this one patch and your drug skill. You string together some patches to hopefully fixate or help him kill the drive to do BDE.
And perhaps there are other healthier ways you can channel that energy. I have an exercise program I can get you on if you want.
Ever tried
and you
goat
know,
yoga? Wait, actually,
There's a lot of goats in this area.
was he in goat yoga or the other yoga class?
There are 50 goats.
You were in
That's
goat
the-
yoga because you were trying to look at the
Yes.
teacher and I was in the way.
There
additionally,
are
I've
50 goats back there that the goobers have.
51.
All right, so we're going to take this BDE and dispose of it in the best way we can.
Yes.
Using it all.
Then the song comes, X-Call, give it to You all start beating the shit out of the back of BDE.
Just use all 5 of my key points for flurry of blows on drugs.
The one Friday the 13th movie where he's got the girl in the sleeping bag.
Yeah. All right, so Gideon Lightheart peacefully just like takes the bag out for you guys. All right, if you want to destroy it with your bonfire idea, just make sure you stay just enough away. All right, in Thricuratheari, you can join me for a
Would fireballs have a
communion later.
longer range, perhaps?
you don't have
Like
fireballs?
Fire Blast, Plato does. I feel like it might be kind of
That'd
there.
be
Yeah,
great
I
there.
agree.
Oh, yeah.
He did it once.
He did do it once. You've made him like 2 months supply of these patches.
Okay.
Got this.
All right.
Leaving.
It'll
Point and shoot.
take his cloak off, throw it to the ground, rips her shirt off,
Rips his pants off.
I understand.
politely, slowly unbuttons his pants. No.
Just gets full naked like a crap guy.
And then runs away.
Runs into the woods.
Runs into Adras' arms. If you want more, go to the Patreon.
Go to our goon Patreon. We can find our only.
Just about the uncensored alternate timeline.
Now for the third, even more secret reason for this podcast.
It's bad. We're recording 2 timelines at the same time.
The timeline's exactly the same, except Adras.
I was proposing a similar idea to Chris recently.
One is just actual erotica built into the campaign.
That'd be
It's
so
just
much fun.
every now and again some people fuck.
All right.
All right. Meadow kind of conjures up a fire blast into his hands, reflecting into it, looking at the fire, remembering the fiery just exhilaration that the BDE gives him, and dispels it,
Wait, sir, you got this.
reconjures it,
We're here for you.
dispels it again,
No, sir, you got it. You can't fight with this. You gotta just do it and get out of there.
reconjures it.
Okay,
Here,
okay,
here,
yeah.
let me give you a little of oomph. I'm gonna throw some radiant flame into his little fire blast.
Ooh, it would be very badass. It's probably gonna be magical effects all out in the air. It's gonna be super
Here.
cool.
We'll give it a countdown, and then we'll all help out with this one.
All right, everyone pick all warrior. We all have to guess the same number to start our countdown on. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
97, 96, 90.
All right. 3,
All right,
2, 1.
Fire blast!
You conjure forth your fire blast and shoot it to the pile of BDE on the ground,
Misses.
and it misses. Yeah, in a large explosion. Roll 4d100 for me.
4d100? Oh,
Yeah.
for all the effects.
Just there is still effects that can go outside of 120 feet.
Well, we tried our best.
Well, I think happens to us, gods.
48.
48,
All right.
19,
Okay.
12,
Oh, okay.
and 80.
All right, 48, 19, 12, and 80. Okay, and 80.
All 4 have a range of over 120.
So we all
So
die.
everyone's a hippopotamus.
All right, let me start by saying instantly there is a giant glass ball there. Really cool. A huge ass explosion because the firebolt, when it hits, it also triggers grease to appear, causing a huge
Even
explosion.
bigger.
It looks like a fireball.
Yeah, it almost does.
And in its wake of everything going away, there is a cocoon on the ground. And that is like the fires are kind of going out and there's a little cocoon left on the ground.
You know,
Moon
like whenever
burning?
they were doing nuclear bomb tests and having like the soldiers run at it to see the effects. That's Plato now. He's just like, no,
No.
Like, no.
There's nothing left there, so
I'm not. That's some wild ass magic.
No.
yeah, he's like running, he's at his knees, grabbing, reaching for it, and then it explodes one more time.
This is why we held him back.
And then everyone roll a perception check.
Well, hey, I can maybe. Are we in a forest?
Ooh. No.
Are we in a coast?
No.
Going to
22.
dice jail.
20.
8.
I don't actually think that would have applied either way, but
The rolls have returned.
15.
16.
All right. Unfortunately, Thricuratheari, you're the only one that does not catch this,
Shocker.
which is very shocking. You all catch just like a glint of light on the ground, a small little reflection of something metallic.
I will cautiously investigate.
Okay.
Rowden, what are you doing?
Cautiously investigating.
What?
There's a metal thing on the ground.
Oh, I see it now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a reflection, and with the understanding of it is, you realize it is not a metal thing that you're looking at, but it is a gem on the ground. Left in the wake of BDE, this blue gem on the ground. As you approach cautiously, Voralden, you see now, as you walk up to it, encapsulated into it is, yes, like the remnants of some BDE powder, but surrounding it entirely is a sapphire.
Huh.
Borvik's watering at the mouth.
Worth 500
Me
gold.
too, buddy.
I'll hold on to that.
It is,
As a group.
Yes.
has a 500 gold worth.
Bad dragon sapphire. Yeah. Let me figure out where. Oh, I have a treasure slot. I can write that down in.
Yep.
Well,
What
that
about
seemed
the
like it
cocoon?
went well.
What about the
Yeah.
cocoon?
Yeah, what about the
The cocoon actually would have just lit on fire too,
Okay.
was the whole thing. Yeah, it was like encapsulated
put
in a cocoon
Evers
was one of
in
the
there.
effects There wasn't anything in there.
Oh, thank God.
It encapsulated the caster, but because no one had consumed it.
Got it.
Yeah, trust
would've
me, you
been
don't want to know where that
cocooned.
sapphire would have ended up if
Would have ended up.
Like that
in
back
your
in the
ass.
poopy hole.
Something tells me you already know.
Oh no.
Oh, you are all
In your hands.
most of you are still in the zone of truth.
Simply, I think it would have been a painful shit. Would have been a very happy shit.
Well,
Ithquant, when he realizes he's shitting diamonds.
would have been painful, but it would have
days
been happened.
happened. I always knew it would come.
What they teach you in the lore of Dragon's Pure Scales.
When you become a full dragon, you get to shit diamonds.
You all come back together, sitting within the zone of truth, and Gideon saw you. Well, that seemed like it went better than I thought it could have gone. So,
Could have gone worse, honestly.
all right. So I'll leave you guys to whatever catching up you needed to do.
Join you at the communal soon.
Yes.
All right, yes. Now, yes, catching up on what we've done.
Who wants to go first?
Who was that guy?
I told you that was my mentor.
Interesting.
I'm learning.
He's already kind of taught you about, like, you're learning a lot of the stuff he teaches you is a little controversial to what you learned growing up, and being being who he is as following. Oh yeah, being a devotion paladin for
Almost
one,
the exact opposite.
One.
Not quite.
and also following the Golden Doctrine. Like,
I don't
he is
really know
very
much.
strict about, like, his rules and stuff, especially those of society and his actual god, because devotion paladins, the focus for them is actually on the god, whereas you learn from his teaching that a lot of other paladins don't necessarily focus on gods, but more so focus on actual, like...
Clarify, he still doesn't get his powers from his god, though?
He does clarify that.
Okay.
He clarifies the distinct difference, but that he also attributes that a lot of it happens because of his god.
What was the name of the tree again? That
Aldesair?
you spoke to.
Willowroot?
Willowroot. Damn, if only I could get a mentor. That was cool.
What
Like-
about Jayden?
Like,
About
Willowroot.
that.
Yeah, so who wants to go first?
We can go first on that
sorry,
note.
hold on. Man, I really wish I could beat, like, someone of my, like, sector, like Willowroot or something.
Willowroot, like the tree?
Yeah. You heard of him?
I met him. Out in the woods, near Imrith.
Oh,
Strange fellow.
You do have to be honest in the zone of truth.
he's so...
It's still just sitting there.
It's once always on.
Willowroot was, like, my hero.
Oh. Sorry?
For what?
Long time to talk.
Yeah, it's trees.
Seems a little judgy.
I mean... Can I, like...
If he's still there when we go back to Imrith,
why wouldn't he still be there?
he's around.
The tree.
Bro, he talks.
Yeah, but he doesn't move.
Probably
His
move.
location was lost to time.
Well, I found him, and again, if he's still there, we can meet him. He says he'll live for like another 350 years,
That's really short.
375 top.
His location.
Why is
was
he like
lost in
dying or
time.
something? That's really short.
No, that's just what he said.
No, yeah, that's not.
He didn't
the
seem too bothered by it.
All right, we'll circle back. Slowly, heartbreak. To know I was feet away from Willowroot.
Yeah, I just kept walking after we killed the gibbering mouther. Then I ran into him. He was diseased, so I cured him.
It should have been better. It should have been like, I was 30 feet away.
He
5
seemed
feet away.
He seemed a little bothered by me curing him, but I mean, I don't know.
Why would you bother Willowroot?
I'm sorry. You're right. My bad. I should have let the corruption take him.
He was corrupted. All right.
Anyways,
what happened in Malbaldrum?
Okay, so long story short, we almost got 3 armies from the Church of the Night Vizier, from the Onyx Thorn, and from the Conclave. Your mentor is there, by the way. Jayden, what's his name?
Oh, how's he doing these days?
Gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Missing. They touched a giant rock of the Night Vizier, and they all teleported away.
Fucking disappeared.
Huh.
So probably great. if I
Also,
had to
Davis
guess.
Rock Crusher's gone too. teleported away.
Do you guys remember the name of the artifact that they all touched?
Was it the
Lens.
Lunar lens?
Lunar lens.
night? Nope. Yeah, lunar lens.
Yes, it was that.
Oh, wild! I just learned about that.
Oh, nice.
My sword was made with it.
Oh, you know what I
Interesting.
just learned? Who my father is.
The other one's still alive, by the way.
Also just learned that. You've been telling people he's dead for a while now.
But
Well,
good news.
sorry.
On one hand, I can punch harder than a giant. Second
That's
part,
true.
we do have those 50 dwarves.
You got my message though, right?
Oh, yeah, we all did.
Okay, I'm glad
Everyone
to know.
got your
I'm glad to
message.
know it could help.
We got the
I was-
message.
When we found out, I was really afraid he was going to kill you before you found out. So I'm glad to know that my message warned you.
Yeah.
So that way he didn't try to kill you and you were aware of what was going to happen when you met him.
Yeah, we got the message. Actually, we got that message while we were waiting with the Dwarven Lords, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, neat.
After I
guess.
just told them that we weren't part of Onyx Thorn.
Exactly.
Well, you're not.
Nope.
Speaking of
Just the
which,
son of them.
Exactly how to go with y'all.
Well, we ran into Onyx Thorn.
we did. Again, we met Regina, stayed there.
But they're not going by Onyx Thorn anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
was it
they're-
Blackthorn?
Mhm.
It was
Blackthorn.
Sorry, we
Blackthorn
ran
now.
into Blackthorn.
We met with the Sovereign, or rather the Council for Orn. They're lame, and they said, go talk to the Immortals. So we did that. And then the Immortals, they helped. They're here. After that, we handled some personal matters. I did some research, met with a Ringar, Ragnar, Stonehammer. Pretty cool dude.
Awesome. Sounds like a cool dude.
He really is. We're friends now. It's nice. Went to a library. Those places are expensive.
I mean, the one we went to was like.
And then I did some work.
The cards
And
one we went
met
to.
a mentor. What about you, Voralden? Anything you want to share?
I mean, no, I've already got most of my stuff out of the way.
We sort of went to a library too.
Yeah, it was a Church of the Knives who has a giant inner sanctum library. That
We got in for free though.
Oh, must be nice.
Actually, I made $76.
We heisted into
Really?
it, actually.
We heisted into it.
We
yeah.
did 2 heists. Boy,
Congratulations.
we
We got a.
We made our way in.
It was like a half heist.
I mean, we walked
I mean, you walked
around the.
in. I snuck in.
Borvik just got
I
a
think
proud
you mean-
smile on his face, just like my boy.
And then I was the distraction
Always
because
need a
they
good
noticed
distraction.
me and not.
Voralden.
Yeah, they can't hear us.
You done
Also,
good. You done good.
I did some digging, and apparently I might be somewhat related to, or the least once was related to some form of lightning thing, but I'm not going
I
to
thought-
worry about that.
Correct.
I don't- Oh, so does that mean you have one of those hearts of the Untamed?
What do you mean? What's a hot? What?
You know, the 10 untamed hearts.
8
8 untamed hearts.
Yeah, so there are 8 hearts of the Untamed,
Okay, so
and they
also
went out,
something I should
and
tell
then
you
all
all.
the Thanes became of them.
I got rid of my magic.
Yeah, we
Okay.
noticed when you
Yeah.
weren't able to
Yeah.
do magic.
You know, so
You did mention that.
if there was something like something like went out of me into the ground,
Well-
maybe spoke to me, maybe still kind of speaks to me.
I'm sure
Told
we'll
me to seal a book for some reason.
find a way to deal with that.
Worst case scenario, I suplex a thing. You know.
Oh, hey, did y'all ever use that potion I gave y'all?
What potion?
The healing potion.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever did. Did we? We didn't need to.
We didn't use ours either.
Well, yeah, because we didn't do fighting.
Us neither. Why?
Yeah, you
Well,
actively.
we're
serious.
on a diplomacy mission. I don't know why we do fighting.
Interesting.
At least someone was trying to kill you.
Good on us.
A few people. Yeah, I think.
Feel like we touched on everything. Oh,
Yes.
that's right. We need a group name. Kind of like managed to sidestep it whenever we were in Orn, but we really need one.
What if we combined Eclipse and y'all's name? What was y'all's name?
Bird.
Bird
Well,
Eclipse.
that's a no-go.
Never mind.
I think we keep those squad names.
Yes.
The eclipsed wing of the Black Swan.
Any ideas, Boravik?
The Order of the Heroes.
I like how you go. The Order of the Holy Form is what he ends up getting to.
The righteous people. Not really an order, are we? Quick, Thricuratheari, pull up the Discord.
Yeah, pull up the.
Well, that's why I said. That's why I was like, Boravik.
There's always no. Pull up the Xbox game chat.
Any
Hear me out. Address looks over and thinks, sorry, Discord kitten.
Well, there's always mutandis, the old dwarvish word for the changed.
Really?
Whoa.
You know, I came across a word called remor. It's Elvish apparently, but it means explore, or sometimes fool.
Whoa, that's such a good idea. It's almost like we talked about this before.
I think we should combine these two.
That sounds like a
Remor
wonderful idea.
Mutandis.
Remor mutandis.
What do you guys think?
Sure.
I think that is a wonderful idea.
What about you,
Explorers of
Plato?
Change. That sounds like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon title.
It'll be explorers to be changed.
Explorers to be changed. I mean, yeah, we're changing.
What about you, Plato?
Plato's
What
just
do
like-
you think?
He's like has 30 like BDE patches on.
No.
Bad.
Voralden, you're in charge of administering those to him.
Do we,
You know,
do we have
one
like
per
a
day.
I was
water
keeping him on
squirt
me.
gun? Oh wait, no, I have something better. I'm gonna point the bird box at them and just press it.
It's a bird box.
As a crow.
Oh, he doesn't know what a bird box is.
Oh yeah,
The
a crow
box.
flies out of this box and goes towards Plato and starts.
Attempt to tame the bird.
The bird lands on his shoulder and just mocks it back at you.
Anyways,
Wonderful,
what do you think, Plato?
Yeah, man, whatever.
All right, then it's agreed. We have a name. We should tell Tannis.
To commemorate this, I've been working on these since like with a gay, and I'm gonna pull out like little left-hand gloves, not gloves, but they're like they cover like the palm but not the fingers.
Fingerless gloves.
Yes, but they don't go to like the knuckle. They like go to like
Oh, they
Still
just go like
fingerless
just
gloves.
on the portion of your hand.
Yeah, just
Super
like the palm
fingerless
part.
gloves.
Palm
right.
wraps.
Yeah, they're like
that's a
palm
good way.
Oh, like hand wrap.
And
Oh,
they
I
all
like
have a
those.
black dragon scale on it.
Aw.
from the dragon that you guys had watched the
Oh,
birth
yeah,
of before
that's
the
awesome.
town burned to the ground.
Yeah.
Good memories.
We don't want to talk about that.
Here, yours, Plato, has a fire blast on it, like carved into it.
Thanks, man.
It's got a fire blast.
So does
Oh.
everyone else's, probably.
Yours has fire like a dragon. Yours has fire like your fury. Yours has-
Hey, Adras, here's yours. It's got the Holy of the Order form symbol on it.
Actually, oh, that's really cool.
It's just the
Yours
business
has a
card.
Warhammer.
Nice. Hammer.
Yours has a line that like vaguely looks like the Doomwing symbol, but like it stopped halfway through.
It's okay.
So it's just like a weird abstract dragon shape or
Mhm.
whatever the Doomwing
and
symbol
and this is from that dead dragon that we found.
Yeah.
Okay.
You weren't there for it, but like, you know.
Well, he was there when you found it. He just never met the dragon.
Yeah, I found it dead.
You have less emotional attachment to the dragon.
What was
It's
his name
okay.
again?
It will remind me
Oh.
of my
That's awesome.
everything.
Very vague, like it looks like it's kind of tried to been like brushed off a little bit, but it's like, oh no.
I'm sure it'll work
It
out.
was like mid-working, like finally got around, like finished the other ones, was like, oh, let's start this one.
You at least have an idea of
Doomwing.
how
Also-
I feel now.
I just want to mention, you seem to be feeling better.
No.
Theory. Well, all right, okay.
More informed, better. No.
More
Oh,
informed,
he's-
but not better.
And then
Still
mine is
glad
blank.
for you. That's sense.
Did you know my great 36 times grandfather,
Just call him Great Father.
my great father, married an Ignom? Maybe.
Huh.
I have issues with that.
Hmm.
Did you know he also worked with the Doomwing, but didn't at the same time?
We can unpack these issues later.
I don't understand.
Me too.
We could take them out on the Crimson.
Did you know this sword was made in the style of the kind of swords that you would give to gods?
Huh.
Did you know people made swords and then gave them to gods?
Huh.
Right?
Does that make you a god?
No. But I wish. Maybe
Anyways,
one day.
Have you begun the attunement process for these?
The sword?
The sword and the
I have not yet put on the armor.
Okay.
Waiting until we got a bit closer.
okay.
He's still, feeling mixed feelings.
Has he begun for the sword?
Yeah, he's been using the sword and he's been using his shield. Yeah, whatever that shield is.
Oh, for the one that would have been.
Yeah, the one that we made. Whether
Okay.
it's a normal shield or not, doesn't matter to me. Just in case it isn't.
Okay.
Oh, and to clarify, my little scale is blank.
Oh, okay.
That was it. Just because I was going down the list.
I
Need to get
will.
the last one.
As you we'll get to the attunement. We'll say you fully attune to it in the evening,
Sure.
or finally fully attune to it in the evening.
The sword?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys are able to make it back to your tent and stuff, and it isn't long before you actually hear people kind of shouting out, "Scouts have returned! Scouts have returned!"
What the scouts say?
Kind of, you see them all go. They basically go to like tents of people that are much higher rank. You guys are just like volunteer people in the army.
Community service. Get those hours in.
I'm a contracted worker.
You are a contracted worker. You walk up to the tent, and they're like, "Hey, you can't be in here." And
Oh, that's fine.
you wait outside, but you can hear everything because it's a fucking tent. And people think when you close those, you can't hear anything, but nope, you can hear everything. Listening in on kind of everything going on inside, you hear something to do with like their army, which is supposed to be en route to where you guys are at, has also been sending scouts out. So there's been kind of like interference between the two. And your guys' scouts consist of like Griffin riders,
Fuck us.
whereas their scouts consist of, we'll just say there's some dragons.
Fallen
Plural?
dragons? Or,
Like multiple dragons?
like true dragons or like
Like worms.
dragon kind?
Described as dragon kind, but
Okay,
most likely like wyverns.
But still.
Dragon
Wyverns, more like pussy
probably.
dragons.
What? I'll just listen to the audio, motherfucker.
Not if we
Just say
destroy
it. Just say it.
I said wyverns, more like pussy dragons.
Until they
Dragosy.
sting you. Because wyvern poison. Well, Plato might know a thing or two about wyvern poison.
For some reason, when you said that, I thought wyverns had like stingray tails, and I was like, "Damn, that's cool as shit."
Wyverns have stingers on their tails. Is this not an unknown fact?
No,
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah, so wyverns actually.
I thought you were
anatomy-
like,
okay.
"Oh, they bite."
For example, you know the Rathian and Rathalos
Of course.
with their big spiky tail
Right.
that does
Monster
poison.
Hunter reference for everyone.
Okay.
The,
Thank you.
the big spiky tail that does poison.
Mhm.
They're wyverns,
But Pookie does poison.
not a wyvern. Also, dragonelles.
No, not that extreme. These are actual like wyverns.
These aren't extreme.
I'm
just-
yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm like
Our
just for-
resident draconic knowledge
Our
reservoir.
CR2 monsters, I'll have you know, we could all take them in a fight easily. The riders, on the other hand, less so.
Oh, fun fact.
Oh.
Anytime someone like when Alec was like, "Oh yeah, dragons tend to like hoard things," Jayden was like, "Yep, that's right. That checks out." He's like, anytime any dragon talk comes up, Jayden
Look,
like,
I
confirms
got it
correct.
all.
Yeah.
If I had
we say something wrong, he will confirm dragon
if
knowledge.
Jayden, if
like,
Jayden had a background in real life, it would be Dragon Scholar background from Horde of the Dragon Queen. I know my
From Horde of the
dragons.
Dragon Queen.
So dragons have like 2 legs, right? And they're like
No.
arms.
In
on
my
their
world,
wings.
dragons do, yes.
Yeah.
For you.
And like
There was
wyverns
there
are
was a
like,
lot of negotiation pre-campaign with Jayden about some of the dragon lore. He
cannot-
had to know.
I have documents.
and like those like the wyverns are like those are the ones that are like the snake dragons. They're like Eastern and shit, you know.
Yeah, they're like super long and they go.
Honestly, we're not.
Okay,
Let's get into it.
Let's get back to it though. You hear a couple keywords dropped within this conversation. Mention of doomsayers. And you can make a history check, Ithquant.
You're going to the dice jail. That's a 4.
4? Okay. Doomsayers,
End of my session, all of my dice are in the dice jail, and
I'll keep it simple. Doomsayers, heretics.
I figured. I was like, I had a couple ideas.
You didn't even bother to think about it more than just you heard doomsayers and you're like heretics. You do
Like-
catch the number 5, as in there's 5 of them, representative of some of the dragon. Yeah,
Oh.
the color association of the dragons.
My guess is they're big, dangerous people
Yes,
that do magic.
it's mentioned that 2 of them supposedly are with the army.
I would say like 5 Doomsayer, like all 5 of them combined is 1 Tauren, so like they're pretty.
Yeah, so 2/5 of a toy.
Yeah, exactly. So in other
But
words,
these are new age doomsayers.
you're right. They
they're not
could
the
be. They
Doomsayers
could
of
be
old.
nothing.
those millennial doomsayers don't do it on stage work at the ball crushing factory.
You don't. It doesn't take too long before someone's like, "Hey, you're standing in the way of the door here. Can you?"
Oh, my apologies.
And they enter past you, and then someone's like, "Wait, why are you standing here
I'm waiting.
for?"
Word?
instruction.
Oh, you could wait at your turn. We'll make an announcement soon.
Oh, okay. I'll go to the
Okay, you head off to your communal. To keep it short as well, with the communal with Gideon Lightbringer, he worships a different god than you, and he knows that you're in a bit of a interesting position of your worship, and so his communion is actually a religious thing, but he trying to be more clear with it. He's like, listen, I know you've had almost a falling out with your deity, and you do not have to find my deity as one to listen to, but just know there are others out there that may be more of your speed.
That reminds me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was previously, I thought paladins gained their power from God.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I did my paladin work, prayers, and I heard answers. And I was praying to the Doomwing, but it has been proposed that maybe I was not being answered by the Doomwing, that I should seek to find out who was. Do you think we could work on that?
Well, this looks like something of if it is a divine approach, we might be able to look into it. I worry, however, this could be more of a connection to the arcane, usually access to the deep mind where you are communicated to telepathically or some means. Gods communicate in the form of many different ways. A lot of it is signs.
Wind.
But it could also be if you are one that, in other words, there's advanced ways that others can affect you if they're using the arcane arts, making you perceive those signs where none others see them. So it's hard to tell what nature of magic this is coming from. We can do our best. If someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes, I imagine it would not be one that is a deity, for they do not usually spend direct time on manipulating. Well, some can. We do not tend to mess with the affairs of those deities, such as true chaos. Either way. Roll a religion check for me.
Sure. Holy shit, that's the die. That's a 19. You are the chosen one.
You sit down with communion with him, and you begin to idly pray. Not specifically to the Doomwing or something, but maybe make it clear for me, who would you pray to in this case?
Person to Boravik. To whoever, just like a general, dear being thing that has been responding to me.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead and give me what you're
nice to meet you. Could you maybe tell me who you are, or why you've been accepting my prayers that have been going to the wing? And I just more guidance. Honestly, if you're really looking to send favors my way, more clarity on what actually happened to Torin would be really cool too, because I could really use some clarity and less confusion in my life.
Mention of Torin during your prayer, you feel your body heats up slightly.
In a fun way or a not fun?
Uncomfortable at first because you weren't expecting it, but not painful.
Like in a fires of hell or a fires of light?
A weird balance of both. Because that sudden feeling does feel awkward. But it washes over you really quickly and then dissipates. As whatever it is just responded to you somehow. It can't directly communicate whatever it is saying.
Okay then. Tell that to Lightbringer.
Okay. Pass it on to him and he's like, well, you're communicating to something during your prayer, and it's trying to communicate back, and there's boundary between it. I'll have to pray over this, as I don't know what this could mean. Many things at this point. It isn't uncommon, I guess, or it's common in my approach in my prayers to feel these effects on me from my deity, but not something like this washing over like you describe it. Although I've heard ways of people getting communicated with where they can have this feeling, and it is not of the divine nature. Something is actually trying to use a spell to communicate with you. But there's some form of bridged gap that can't be passed. Potentially. Maybe a wizard might know something on this. We have like 1 or 2. We don't really like magic here. I mean,
It's a different.
I have
type
to
of
work
magic.
with it, yes. Arcane people are shit.
Put me in.
Huh?
Joke.
He winks.
I was waiting for it. I was like, yes, I learned that in Imrith. I can't do it, but I can try.
I don't know if our arcane users are going to be any more adept than your friend, but we can try if you'd like.
I'm willing. For that, you guys want to do anything? I don't want to just take the entire time
Go ahead.
talking here.
I don't really have anything I need to do other than sleep.
We're chilling, devising strategies and shit.
Plotting. I'm scheming.
Yeah, we'll say during his communion, you guys actually get to hear the news of what happened from the reports.
Perfect.
The 4 of you are in your encampment, and you just start to hear like the burr, 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 and random noise, exe. You guys head outside, and I guess Voralden, you never met him. No one had actually met him. You guys finally see the leader of the Immortals, the General of the Immortals, Maius. Or General Maius. As he stands before everyone just on a stage looking out, or a makeshift like stage looking out to everyone. All right, men and dwarves of Malbaldrum. The enemy is just before our gates. They're looking to the lands beyond, the ones we've been charged with protecting, and we've had betrayal amongst our midst. When we go out in the next few days, we see former immortals who have betrayed their cause. Slay them where they stand. If you see crimson who wish to spread their strife, do the same as well. But as of now, your families, I wish for you to return to them. But you can't safely without doing this. So as soon as our armies are ready, we will be marching off to war. Once everyone has gathered their supplies together, we will be leaving in the night. Should be able to procure an advantage here. If we can meet at them at a higher ground, then as long as we take care of some of their larger creatures of nightmare, we should be in a good position. All your gear, get up, we march soon. As the announcements kind of ends, you see like people starting to run about, putting you guys in the... Are you guys going to go with them? That's a kind of weird question. I know you kind of intended to, but like, you're going to march off to a full-fledged war where a lot of death's going to happen.
I think we have to, at the very least, assist in some way, whether that's directly on the front lines or like sneaking around to get some like leadership.
Last time Jimmy asked if we wanted to do something, we should have done it. So
You're right.
Kill them all.
start fighting now.
He figured it out.
Out of curiosity, where are we at?
In the field.
You guys are in the plains of the Whitehorn Plains, basically south of Malbaldrum and Orne. There is the King's Forest is far to your east, a little ways away, but you'll be heading directly south. So they're heading up Riverside from the direction of Imrith. So they're heading up from the south. You guys are heading to the south, basically.
Okay.
Your armies will meet in the middle, probably just not far from the river.
Of Imrith?
The river that heads straight down from, oh shit, name. Yeah, the river that's on Imrith. Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
one. That one goes all the way through.
So we're closer to Imrith than anything else.
Not really. You're really close to Orin and Malbaldrum.
Okay. There's like okay. I was mostly trying to figure out what town we were close to.
Yeah. Once they make it past here, it's like a straight shot to any of the smaller cities.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's probably a good spot where you're at.
Yeah,
Samuel just walked up and pointed at the map for everyone.
Yeah, I was getting it. I was just making sure we weren't going up.
If you want to see our map, you can check it out for free as long as if you sign up for free membership on our Patreon. There is a free membership option. If you want to eventually join up in May, you can. Where you get a bunch of other bonus stuff like Voralden's date with Regina.
Is that a thing we're doing?
Yeah, you guys are standing at 350. 350.
Well, I mean, actually, we're at
350 of the
500 or sorry,
meanest
800.
sons of bitches.
800 if you count each dwarf as 8 men.
Exactly.
As we all know, you do.
Plus, they're goats.
Plus they're goats.
All right, guys. With that information leading you guys to war in the next episode, we're going to call it there.
Ah.
Don't worry, you guys will have plenty of fighting to do. Oh, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Da-dunch. X-E-X-E.
I don't
Chicken.
get the joke.
Inside joke to all the goons. All right. Thank you for listening to GoonQuest. If you enjoyed the show and want to hear more of it, please feel free to leave us a 5-star rating wherever you listen to your podcast. Not only does this help others find the show, but also helps us feel good about ourselves. Our opening music is by Alexander Nakarada, cover art by Casey May, outro music by Alexander Nakarada, audio editing by Jimmy May, additional music by Nerdius Maximus, and Nerdius Maximus creates monthly themed bundles of immersive music and ambient soundscapes that enhance your tabletop RPG. Join him on Patreon or for full access to his ever-growing music library at patreon.com/NerdiusMaximus. Our Instagram can be found at goon.quest. If you would like to provide names of NPCs or have ideas for magic items, you can submit suggestions at goonquest@outlook.com or through the Google form in our Instagram link in the bio. If you want to support the show, you can do so on our Patreon, GoonQuest. There you can get extra information about the world, as well as character sheets for the players and other benefits as the show grows. Really cool thing is that, Nerdius Maximus music that we get, it's like soundscape backgrounds. Like, I've listened to all of them now, and I'm just so happy because in our next session, we're going to get to have like battle music for it. Just like background battle music that'll get to play as I narratively describe all of it with this music very beautifully, I hope.
It'll be wonderful.
It'll totally work out wonderfully. Perfectly, right, everyone?
Yeah, we'll do our attacks on beat.
Yeah,
No one's
everyone
going-
attacks on the beat of the song.
No one's going to die.
Sure.
Title of the next episode. TPK!
Oh, this is going to be hell, I'll tell you that now.
Irony. Ithquant figures out a shit, dies.
That would be funny.
Plato finally comes to terms with not doing DD anymore, dies.
Honestly, it's kind of poetic.
Voralden finally gets to hook up with Regina, dies.
Adris finally figures out.
We clarified they didn't hook up. It was just a date.
Sorry, that's what I said.
They didn't just hook
Finally
up
with her.
yet.
Yeah, we
still got
established
that
it didn't
bracelet,
happen
though.
yet. If you listen to the bonus episode, it might have happened. We're gonna keep it secret now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 1 hour full like ASMR erotica session. It's gonna be great.
The best part is that Chris and I are gonna record it, but everyone else has to sit here and listen.
I'm okay with
We're gonna
this.
sit here and goon.
For Jade,
Goon around.
I gave it her here.
Oh my god. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let's call it there, guys. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Goon's out.
Goon time, goon bye.
Cream always rises to the top. All right. All right, mattress, I'm good.
I understood that reference. I don't know why.
All right.
Joey, remember
think
when
it
you
was the
killed a
murder.
man? Hey, remember when you're fucking drinking dwarfen blood whenever you do BDE?
That's just pretty metal to me. I mean, that sounds pretty badass, man.
Fair enough.
Drinking dwarven blood?
The blood of children?
No, orphan.
Dwarfen.
Oh, dwarfen blood?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dwarf orphan.
I mean, you just
Hey,
don't-
Joey, remember Adris is gonna kick you in the nuts when he finds this out?
Hey, man, you just can't understand my darkness and my suffering, so maybe you should...
You can't understand this fist coming towards your gonads, man, alright?
Hey, man, maybe you
Sorry,
should open
sorry,
up your
hold
mind
on,
a little
hold
bit,
on.
man.
Open up your heart.
You should
Just
open
don't
up-
understand.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
If you,
Wait,
if
you
you
ready to
listen to
play
me more...
D?
All right.